Hey guys, welcome to my Team Liquid versus C9 LCS Grand Finals. This was a very exciting Grand Finals, one that could have gone either way, and I think there was a lot of themes running through the whole finals. Both teams had very clear strengths. TL has the best bot lane in NA. C9 has arguably the best mid and jungle duo. I say arguably because when Niski is on his core champions like Yasuo, Qiyana, Irelia, he is definitely the best mid NA. But when you go to a little bit of the other champions like Corki, Azir, that's where it's a little bit more questionable, and people like Jensen definitely have a shot at best NA in terms of when it comes to duo champions. So yeah, very clear strength for both teams. And one discrepancy that I think is really important to point out is double lift Core JJ versus Sneaky Zeyzal. I think that's the lane where there is the biggest skill difference, and it was very important how much TL abused that skill difference and how C9 covers that up with solo lane power picks, jungle power picks. So without further ado, let's get started. Once all the bans are down, we can do a quick overview of the bans. It's the last one. Okay, let's do a quick overview of the bans. Irelia, Qiyana, Gragas. As we talked about, Irelia, Qiyana, one of Niski's best champions, and when these champions are paired up with Sejuani or Gragas, they become extremely strong, and that's why TL's banning them. They're trying to ban out where C9 is strongest. Why they don't have to ban out Yasuo is Yasuo isn't very strong without Gragas, so that's really a non-factor. As for C9, Yuumi is a must ban from purple side, and so is Akali most of the time. Corki, on the other hand, is more of a sniper ban towards Jensen. It's not that Jensen is extremely strong Corki, but it's more so Niski doesn't play Corki, and he has counter picks into Azir that he wants to utilize. Let me go turn off the fan real quick. Alright, so let's see what picks actually came down. First pick Aatrox, very common. There's not much real counters into Aatrox. So yeah, just first pick the Aatrox when all majority of the OPs are gone. Khaled. Oh, Karma into Aatrox, this has been a crowd favorite. I think it's such a scrim counter pick, even without, I know it, I already watched the games and I'm doing a second rundown, but even without knowing the results, I really dislike Karma into Aatrox. We see it over and over again, and I understand that in scrims, Karma beats Aatrox in a side lane and throughout the whole game, and she's more effective in team fights, or can be more effective in team fights, but in competitive play, that's just not the case. People make mistakes. There's early skirmishes that happen where the priority doesn't mean that much, or Aatrox give up enough CS and they just win the early skirmish. It's Karma as a pick is so good in theory, just not practically. And I would have loved it if teams stopped picking it. So yeah, really not in love with the Karma pick. But that's why it's picked, Karma into Aatrox. So Xin Zhao was the other jungler that we saw a lot of in the finals. An early aggressive pick, and important for teams like C9 that want to play off the mid and jungle strengths of the early game jungle strengths. Xayah Rakan. Core JJ and double, probably the best Xayah Rakan in NA. I mean, they're the best bot lane, but when they get Xayah Rakan, it shines even more so. So I was pretty surprised that C9 gave this up. Sivir into Xayah, I mean, a common counter. They're not going to do something like Caitlyn here because they can get Morg and Lux banned. And also Zeyzal hasn't been the greatest Lux or Morg player, so Caitlyn Morg not really an option for C9. And Draven plus Morg not an option because they can only take one pick here and Morg can be banned out. And as I said, Zeyzal's not a great Morg or Lux player. Let's see what they end up banning. Oh, banning out jungler, Skarner. What else here? Yeah, I would have liked something like Kled Seju better than Karma Xin Zhao. I think that is just a little bit easier to play, and Seju priority in this series was so whack. All-Star ban, one of Zazel's best. Jarban ban, they're just trying to force TL into picking Sejuani, which is a little bit weird because I'd imagine Sejuani is one of the better champions for them to pick when they also have an Aatrox. They end up taking their top lane here, or their mid lane here. Oh no, they end up taking their support, my bad, they last picked the mid. Thresh, this is definitely just more of an early game pick, like Thresh plus Xin Zhao, good as a duo, good as a playmaking duo, but it is very risky into the Zyrakan. And I think TL finishes with Sejuani Azir. This was a very normal and a predictable pick and ban from TL, and C9 100% let them have this. Like, they know exactly what TL is going to pick. They probably predicted the Aatrox first pick. They probably predicted the Zyra Rakan pick. These are probably like 90% prediction. They banned Skarner Jarvan, so this is also a 90% prediction, and they left Azir open while banning Corki. So all these picks are extremely strong TL picks and extremely strong meta picks that C9 is basically telling TL to have these picks. We can beat you even when you have these picks, or we want to kind of throw you off your game even when you have these picks. It's an NA Exodia comp. So there was a lot of discussion regarding if Cloud9 won or lost this draft. And LS was very vocal about Cloud9 winning this draft. I disagree, but I'll try to say... I disagree. And I guess I was going to say I'll try to say why he thinks that way, but I don't really understand it, so I'll just try to guess why he thinks that way. I think it has to do with the priority that's possible from Karma versus Aatrox, Xin Zhao having an early game lead on Sejuani, Veigar being able to beat Azir and it being a counter pick. Bot lane I don't really understand, but it's just the champions that's given to TL are extremely efficient, practical, high scaling. TL's proficient on them also. The burden of execution from Cloud9's point of view and able to beat them in the early game is so high. So I really think this was a gambit by Cloud9 to say, we can beat you with these picks, and if we can beat you with these picks, you guys are screwed for the rest of the draft. You can't just take Zyra Rakan on us. We can beat you with the Sivir Thresh. You can't take Sejuani into our Xin Zhao. You can't blind pick Aatrox, we'll beat you with the Karma. You can't blind Azir, we'll beat you with the Veigar. If C9 is able to beat TL with this draft, then the kind of landscape of the series completely changes. But if they aren't, then yeah, I mean, we're just back to square one. You can't give TL these OP picks. So that's what I'm guessing is the mindset for C9. Give them their comfort picks and beat them with well-practiced specialized counters, and yeah, take it from there. So right now, really awkward gank timing because Niski is probably 1 or 2 CS from hitting level 2, and Svenskeren is right here. They probably want to go while Jensen wants to kill these CS. So Niski has to do a very good job of hitting level 2 fast as possible. So he hit level 2 using his spells, and Jensen's backing up right away. I'm not sure why the E's not coming down. I think if Niski leveled a little bit faster and just put down the E, this would have looked different. Here, put down E right away. This distance is definitely enough to cover and put down the E. I'm not sure why he delayed it. Yeah, the distance that was created is now a little further, and Jensen's out of the E range, so he doesn't burn flash. If he burned flash here, next time the gank happens, it's just completely different. Also, Svenskeren took a turret shot. His spells are down. Niski's spells are down, so Xmithie able to burn Sven's flash here. Niski also taking a decent chunk. Not the greatest gank for C9. They actually end up coming behind because Veigar wasn't able to land the cage on the Azir. Okay, so historically, Niski was able to beat TL with the Veigar pick in week 5. So, I mean, if they beat it again, then yeah, it's great. And then TL can't just blind the Azir anymore. So this is definitely a gamble. Karma having early priority on the Aatrox, very normal. Double lift and Core JJ spanking C9 bot lane, also very normal. So one thing that C9 wants to do is maintain this vision line because it allows them to play aggressive as possible. They probably want to get a vision here also soon so they can feed blue side jungle, and this will allow Karma to stay up, this will allow Veigar to stay up. This will allow their top side to play as aggressive as possible. As for TL, they just want to get to level 6. Level 6 Aatrox, level 6 Seju, level 6 Azir, completely different champions, and they can actually start fighting back. You can see TL bot lane with an early back, able to get BF sword, able to get nice tempo. Sneaky doesn't have teleport, so when Doublelift gets back to lane, this is really fucking shitty for Sneaky. Double's back in lane with a BF, and Sneaky has no potions, Sneaky has no mana, and Sneaky has no teleport. So he's stuck in a lane where the enemy AD carry backed has an item, and you don't have mana, and you don't have teleport, and you don't have potion. So Sneaky, the next thing that's gonna happen to him is he's gonna get pushed out of lane. He's gonna have to reset at a weird tempo. It's just, everything is so bad for Sneaky right now. Him not being able to crash the wave and get that reset, and so good for TL. Yeah, just watch bot lane. Sneaky's stuck in lane without being able to do anything. Core and Xmithie moving together here, placing wards. Dazel still hasn't backed yet. Just the early bot lane tempo advantage is so big, and they're able to snowball this. Yep. You see these 4 CS and this wave coming here. Sneaky is gonna miss all this CS, and Double's gonna be able to push in. And after Double pushes in, Core JJ will be free to help with mid lane. Look, you can already see the vision that TL got. Just TL does great things with early tempo they're able to buy. So for this one, fight starting, Svenskeren level 4, Sejuani level 5. She has her passive up, so you can see her armor being at disgusting levels. And then her aftershock is gonna proc, and her armor is gonna be even more disgusting. Just look at Sejuani's stats: 180 armor, 156 MR because of aftershock and her passive. She's not burstable right now, so watch Niski and Sven try to burst this Seju, and it's just not gonna happen. Just the damage that's gonna come down. So now his armor were lost, the passive and the aftershock, so now they can try. That's why Xmithie is running away. Now flashing out before taking damage. He was tanking when he had armor and MR up. And another important point that I want to show is Licorice here. You can see Impact here. You can see Impact move up. Even though we don't have Pro V, just look at what Impact is doing. Impact is threatening Karma, right? He's threatening Karma, and you can see Karma moving back. This is when Impact's using his QE, moving forward, kind of threatening the Karma. It allows him to buy small space, and because the Karma backed up, he can move down first. Just every little thing that TL is doing, Xmithie tanking while he has the double armor and MR buffs, Impact moving that slight movement to get the advantage, Jensen hitting them much as possible, and they're able to get to this point in the map first, and because Svenskeren burned flash early, just completely destroying the fight. Licorice also has to burn flash now. It's gonna look so bad for him. He won't be able to push the same way anymore. CS lead bottom, just building for double. even the vision control. I mean, they're highlighting it here, but bot lane has more vision control. Mid jungle 1 to 2v2, they're gonna scale better. Top lane no longer has flash, so he can't stay up as he wants. And the C9 vision that they had, the only deep vision that's existent, is here now. C9 just losing control of the game extremely quickly. I mean, bot lane getting killed in 2v2s, the lead's gonna grow even more. Yeah. This looks like C9 did something dumb. And in a sense, I guess they did do something dumb, but the response from TL was just so well done, and their fundamentals and basics regarding how they took that early game skirmish was crispy. A whole item difference on bot lane now. Double lift with BF and the hammer, sneaky with only the BF. Bot lane no longer gonna have control, and the duo of Core JJ and XMD just gonna be able to take care of the vision control. Svenskeren can no longer play for his bot jungle. Look at all the vision down here. Now Double and Core JJ can play up as possible. Jensen and XMD, whenever they get a chance, they can just move around bot side, and Sneaky and Zeyzal have to be so scared. They have zero control on bot side of the map. And Impact doesn't have to worry too much about the karma. He can just scale. He'll get pushed in. Maybe he'll lose a turret plating, but it doesn't matter because the amount of damage that TL is going to be able to accomplish bot side is just so much more. This is just very typical TL gameplay. Strong mid and jungle control followed by bot lane slowly building their lead. And then they combine the lead together into complete bot side control. This is doable because TL is able to outmuscle every single bot lane in NA right now. The big question is if they're going to be able to do this on international stages versus other very strong bot lanes. As we talked about, TL bot lane has complete control. They can move around first. Top for here first. Jungle and mid are matched, but this support and top lane are here way before. This 4v2 is brutal. So C9 is trying to create a lead by winning the mid lane jungle 2v2. TL having none of it, using their side lane priority to make sure they can never win this mid jungle 2v2. Also, you can see Niski, he's like 5 seconds away from his flash, and TL's choosing to take this fight 5 seconds right before Niski is able to get his flash up. Extremely good timing. Core JJ just straight missed Rakan RW. Did you guys see this? Really big mistake on his part. Here, if he hits this, Niski just insta-dies. If he gets hit by this charm W, but Core JJ missed it completely, he tried to wait out the stun, but he walked into the stun right before it ended. So he's stunned and getting killed by the karma, forced to burn his flash defensively, did end up dying. This fight completely changes if Core JJ hits Niski. Niski gets insta-gibbed. Wow, that was actually so messy from TL. They had a chance to 4v2, but instead they fumbled their engage on a no flash Veigar. But luckily for them, double lift stayed bot side, just kept pushing while Sneaky rotated. He didn't need to go in there before the cage came down. Nope, completely untrue. If he waits before the cage comes down, then it's buying Veigar time and buying C9 time. Right there, TL doesn't want to give C9 time at all. They have a 4v2. TPs are coming down. C9 bot lane is walking up. What TL wants to do is take care of the situation cleanly as possible, which would be one-shotting the Veigar. I completely disagree. I think Core JJ just should hit his RW. Don't let Cloud9 buy time, and don't let the other people join in. You can see TL swapped right after getting the turret in this like early hero play. Very important and just a very normal part of the game now. It's been extremely popular in LPL, and NA teams have been slowly picking up. I think Clutch really popularized it in NA, playing for the Herald around 9 to 11 minutes, early swapping. Early Herald usage. Not bad at all. If it was slightly earlier, they could have gotten plating. This was a little bit too late. They took the Herald, they're trying to use it fast as possible, but it's 1350, so yeah. They really tried to get plating off the Herald usage, but they were like 10 seconds late. Taking Dragon off the control they have. TL still have so much control, even with the blunder that happened in mid lane. Delaying back. Now Sneaky's tempo is even more fucked. Even though it's only a 30 CS differential or a 40 CS differential, the biggest problem is the tempo that's constantly getting fucked for Sneaky. Doubles on the map with reset already in the item spot, where Sneaky has gold in his pocket and he's staying on the map, and that's really bad. Like, just staying on the map with gold in your pocket while the enemy laner spent his gold and he already back makes it really hard for you. And TL's constantly able to force that situation, AD carry versus AD carry, and that's how they're getting ahead in objective leads. Same thing again, they pushed out top lane, took the turret, moving here. Sneaky wants to clear this way, but he has to constantly move to match double lifts. He's constantly falling behind every time this movement happens. So the spell shield thing is something that people keep bringing up. Why doesn't Sneaky use spell shield? Why doesn't Sneaky use spell shield? Here's the thing about Xayah Rakan. Sure, you can use spell shield on the Xayah QE to try to not take damage, but Sliver is a very short range AD carry, and whenever you do that, you become so vulnerable to the Rakan. So you use spell shield, and during the duration of the spell shield cooldown, what is it, like 16 or 20 seconds? Like, you just have to stay so far away. So a lot of times they'll take the HP deficit, or they'll try to dodge the feathers, and they'll end up getting hit, and that's kind of the mind game that's being played regarding Sneaky and his spell shield. If I use it for the root, then I can get screwed by the Xayah or the Rakan RW. So the best way to do it is dodge it properly. And if you don't dodge it properly and you get hit by it, then it becomes a dangerous situation. Oof, let's slow this down. That's definitely in play. You can see C9 trying to defend against this TL siege. You can see TL all 5 men here way earlier than C9 and getting ready to dive this. The Veigar cage went down, so the call to dive is immediate. The ult misses. C9 is able to respawn, but TL gets turret, and now they're going to try to save this duo. It's kind of stuck. Xminty flashed out, but got hooked in the process. Impact also got caught out. The engage timing from Core JJ was pretty weird, so it needs to happen in one of two ways. They either get this turret and then do this engage, or if they miss the Sejuani ult, they should back out. But they don't do either. They don't get the turret, they miss the Sejuani ult, and they don't back out, and they're still trying to go in. So there's this like thing that TL needs to do. They need to get this turret before they can walk forward. So these two are isolated, and Cloud9 is able to close in. Oh my god, this is so perfect. Oh, and you can see Core ult is like 3 seconds away. There's like 3 seconds away from Core JJ ult, so I was wondering why he's not going for the RW here. He doesn't have it up. Now he has it up. So he has it up, and Impact and Xmitty is already dead. So the timing for this was just so bad. They should have not done this dive until Core had his ult up. Or they definitely should have backed up after Xmitty missed his ult. People were talking about sloppiness of TL and sloppiness of Core JJ, and this is what they mean. And this play, if they waited just a little bit and it was coordinated better, would have looked a lot cleaner. At the end of the VOD review, I'll talk about whether it was fair or not for EU and KR analysts to kind of talk about NA as like, oh man, you have huge problems. TL still is getting up on the objective, 3 turrets to none. This catch right here. So TL slowly starting to try to get dragon side vision, but there's this blind pattern or blind pathing right here that Cloud9 is able to defend with a pink ward. So they don't have vision here, and that's what Xmitty is doing to do, coming in to check. Dazel waiting here with the hook. Yes, the hook. Xmitty knew, oh shit, we don't have vision here, I need to back up. But he got caught. Good flay. Veigar stunned to follow up. Oh, did you see Sven Skaren here? Just watch. Watch Sven Skaren here. Watch Sven here. Double trying to kill him. Core JJ coming in. Ult perfectly timed to bounce out Core JJ and to not get charmed or knocked up. Double lift walked in the ult range to be able to kill Sven, but he got away with a sliver of health. Core JJ can't go in. And Sven Skaren lives. That's some MVP level gameplay. Impact coming in to try to clean up. So a lot of people are saying stuff like, that was lucky from Sven Skaren, he just ulted because he was dying. Sven Skaren purposely delayed his ult until very last second to make sure he's just tanking the HP, and because the moment he uses ult early, right, Core JJ can go in, but it's really good of Sven to realize the moment I use my ult, I'm going to be vulnerable, so I'm going to save it until last second to be able to delay Core JJ going in much as possible. It's not that easy. Oh, I didn't even catch Niski getting caught. Wait, how did he get? Oh, Niski just. Oh, he was on. Wait, why did he not? How did Niski end up on that side? Okay, so he kind of stayed behind to try to kill Core JJ, so he ended up on the wrong side. So he's here. Back up. Oh, he went back in. He went back in to try to kill Core JJ. So he got chunked, and then he exited this way instead of exiting the same way as his team. This path is blocked off because of double lift, but he should have exited this way. But he tried to go this way. That's why he became vulnerable, and then Impact able to finish him off. Ouch. TL starting dragon without cooldowns though. C9 went back in for the dragon. That's slow play. C9 went back in for the dragon, Sven Skaren trying to give its life, but the Thresh Lantern able to bring him back. Jensen with the beautiful EQ flash ult here to knock 2 people back. Karma had to flash to make sure he doesn't get caught a bit. 1-4-2 trade for that, not bad because they got Dragon. Just Nifty dying was the awkward part because he ran the other way. But Inferno Drake still very nice. Especially first Inferno is the most efficient. It gives you... Stacking Inferno is not as strong as getting the first Inferno, because first Inferno gives more than the stack bonuses, so TL being able to deny this from C9 would have been a big thing for them. Showing Jensen's point of view. Oh, what's this? Svenskeren caught here, trying to catch a ward. The lantern comes down, but knock up into Sejuani ult, just perma CC'd. He ults. Oh my god, he ults and he's able to get out there. Knock up into ult. And then lantern comes down. And also Zeyzal hooks the Rakan, so he can't use... Oh, he did use ult already, so Svenskeren got knocked up and then charmed. And then the lantern comes down on core, so Nifty uses his W and ult, insta-bursts him, and Svenskeren gets out. Damn. Nice support play. Zeyzal is quietly having a really good game on Thresh. Zeyzal's always quietly having good games and he's very never noticeable, but he's always doing his job. Next thing is Baron setup, and now both teams are going to be able to utilize Baron setup. One thing that is really disappointing though, and I see a lot of people talking about, is NA not utilizing side lanes. The Aatrox that has 2 items and Black Cleaver and Death Dance, and he almost has parts for a 3rd item, should be split pushing a lot more. That's something I definitely agree with. Imagine this. Look, you see how little vision C9 has here? What if Aatrox splits here? Sejuani walks like this with Trinket up to make sure she's hidden, and they're able to kill the Karma. Aatrox has TP up, so if C9 goes for the Baron play, they can always TP and Seju can walk there. I would love to see the split push and like a die play on Karma happen, and after that, then they can start dealing with Baron. But it's not... but there's just 5-man plays going down instead of utilizing the side lane with how strong Aatrox is. Aatrox is a good team fighter, but he's also a really great split pusher, and when he has his items, that's something TL could have utilized a lot more than just trying to open 5v5 team fights mid lane. A little bit of mind game that's very interesting that I want to talk about. Nifty Nifty doesn't have QSS. Oh, he has cleanse. He has cleanse, my bad. He has cleanse because he has spellbook. I was like, wait, how did he cleanse that? Nifty running away from Xmithy after cleansing that. Look at Core JJ here, using R early, right? Why did he use R early? And then instead of using W, he flashed to make sure he can't get knocked up by Sven anymore, because Sven's been using ult so well to deny his entrance, so he's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna let you knock me away this time, I'm gonna R flash. So we saw all the times that Svenskeren was able to deny Core JJ with his ult, and Core JJ adapting to the situation and closing distance with his R and then flashing on top instead of using W this time. And then after that fight is pretty over, they're able to catch 2 people really well, the Karma and the Jin Zhao, with the good R flash into W. You can see kind of the game evolve in the Spenskeren versus Core JJ. Spenskeren won out the first few engages with great R timing, and Core JJ adapted to it, and now they lost out. And that one big loss means they lose Baron because TL was winning the fundamental game, the side lane game, the tempo game so much. If the game was in a different state and C9 was snowballing early and Spenskeren kept winning those ult denial fights, then it would have been way different for C9. Think of it this way, when you win a team fight, depending on how much side lane pressure you have, how much map control you have, it either means you're able to take a Baron or a free turret, or if you're the one getting pushed in, it means you're just able to get a good reset and you're not able to take objectives. Because whenever TL wins a fight, they're able to get a big objective, a turret, a dragon, deep vision in enemy territory. Whenever Cloud9 wins a team fight, it just means they're able to slow down TL because they're just losing the laning phase before. So you need to win team fights to win the game, but you also need to win just base laning and base vision game so that your winning team fight means you're getting big objectives. Yeah, just have map pressure forehead. You know, and TL just utilizing Baron in 3 lanes with very standard 1-3-1. Oh, and that's the end of it. This was such a TL game. Just very typical Team Liquid picks with very typical Team Liquid gameplay. The only thing that was a little bit off is Core JJ with his engages, but other than that, crispy clean. Well played. Let's go to game 2. Alright, going into game 2, gonna be extremely important how Cloud9 adapts. It's very hard to beat Team Liquid on blue side. Blue side drafts just are so hard right now, and it's absolutely crucial that C9 takes this game because they need to find a red side win somewhere to win this series, but more importantly, they need to win every single blue side game. Alright, let's see the bans coming down and we'll talk about it. I think Reaper won almost every draft, but C9 wasn't able to execute. Game 1, C9 definitely did not win that draft. Alright, once all the bans are done, we'll talk about the bans. C9 took a risk in game 1 with the draft and it didn't work out for them. Corki ban, as we talked about, it's one of Jensen's best champions right now and one of the most blindable mids, and mid and jungle is where C9 wants to abuse Team Liquid the most. Very normal ban. Sona. NA teams aren't good enough to beat TL Sona Taric or Sona Tahm Kench, so sometimes it becomes a must ban. Rakan, they just try to beat TL Xayah Rakan, they weren't able to beat it. Even with Core JJ's underperformance on Rakan from game 1, they are still respect banning it because they're realizing, okay, we can't beat their Xayah Rakan, so we have to ban it. For TL, Yumi, a must ban as we talked about. Akali, also kind of a must ban, especially versus Cloud9. Licorice, Niski, very great Akali players. Gragas, this is trying to deny them being able to play stuff like Yasuo Gragas, Kiana Gragas. So those are the reasoning for all the bans. What's the first pick? I think it was Kiana, right? Oh, Seju. Okay. So them taking Seju means you don't know how to play Kiana. We can first pick Seju. You're not going to take it away. And also because Gragas is gone, Kiana alone without Sejuani isn't that strong. Seju first pick is actually 100% correct now that I think about it. The only other thing that would have made sense is Aatrox. I hate this Tahm Kench pick. I absolutely hate this Tahm Kench pick. 1 or 2 picks I hope all the Gauntlet teams stay away from are Tahm Kench and Karma. Please don't Tahm Kench and Karma, TSM. If you pick Tahm Kench or Karma, I'm going to die. I just think Tahm Kench got gutted so much, and his main power of being able to provide a second flash for your AD carry by being able to eat your AD carry and flashing they made that no longer possible by making Tahm Kench grounded whenever he eats someone. So yeah, like I think Tahm Kench is just absolutely gutted as a champion, and I hate it whenever I see it. What's the second pick coming in? Skarner. Skarner into Sejuani, not the best actually. One of the biggest problems Skarner has is you engage on someone, right? You're like, feel my sting! And you engage on someone, and then you get stunned, and you're both stuck in place, and you also can't engage on tanks because they're so tanky, even when you pull them in, like they don't get killed. So Sejuani into Skarner matchup, it becomes so preferable for Sejuani a lot of the time. I hate both picks from TL. I absolutely hate it. I actually would have preferred Jarvan over this. Kai'Sa early. Irelia. There we go. Irelia, Kiana. That's what we like to see. I actually think Kiana would have gone beautifully here. Sejuani, Kiana. Kai'Sa. This is, we are going to have really strong mid and jungle 2v2. I'm going to pick a bot lane. That's going to be scaling and very good with dives. Get control mid and jungle. Come down bot lane. Allow me to scale. Allow me to dive. Allow me to get ahead. Varus. I mean, Varus, Tahm Kench are strong laners. They definitely are. And they also go nicely together because Tahm Kench provides the defensive aspects, where Varus provides the engage that's kind of missing from the support. But it's just not that strong in the meta right now. What is TL going to ban? Probably supports because they already picked Tom. And C9 hasn't picked any support yet. Alistar, yeah, Nautilus, very common ones. C9, what they need to ban, they pick jungle, so mid lane, they're probably going to ban mid lane, so that's good versus Irelia. Or potentially top lane blinds like Aatrox here. Yep, LeBlanc, definitely something that can play well into Sejuani Irelia. Also something that can play very well into the Kai'Sa. Yep, TL banning support, C9 banning mid lanes. Or a top lane blind. Like an Aatrox ban here wouldn't make, or would make some sense because TL has first dip on a top lane pick, and if they don't want them to have Aatrox, they can ban it here. So it's going to be a mid or a top ban. Oh, Sylas ban. Sylas and Irelia, something that's possible from them. TL probably just take Aatrox here, right? Yeah. Interesting thing here would be Camille. Camille into Aatrox, it's kind of like a CLG pick. C9 could definitely pull it off too. Licorice is a great Camille, but you're on a little bit of a timer because when you can't run full AD when you're versus actual tank champions like the Skarner, Aatrox, both can be tanky. Braum into Tahm Kench, that's a little interesting. It's more Braum, Kai'Sa good together, Braum, Irelia good together, Braum, Sejuani good together, more so than Braum, Kai'Sa good together. No, 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 no. Stick to the stuff you know. Okay, Kled, there we go. That's the right pick. Multi-angled, multi-flanking, teamfight engaging picks. I hate this Vladimir pick. The idea of this Vladimir pick is Irelia can't kill the Vladimir, so Vladimir can scale. But when is Vladimir more efficient than Irelia? When does Vladimir start beating Irelia in a side lane? When does Vladimir start beating Kled in a side lane? Like, it takes such a long time for that to happen. So it's just so unrealistic. And also Vladimir is great when people have a control mage and an AD carry without escape, because that's when the flanks are the strongest. I think TL botched this draft. The only pick here that makes sense for TL is Aatrox. Other than Aatrox, Tahm Kench bad, Skarner bad, Varus bad, Vlad bad. I think they messed up 4 of their 5 picks. This was the worst draft that TL had throughout the whole series. This is like criminally bad for TL in terms of drafts. If I'm an owner and my coach drafts like this, I'm like, hello? So I'll actually give better examples of what they could have done instead of just being like, this draft is bad. I'll get good examples of what I would have liked to see from TL. So here, when this Sejuani pick comes down, I want to see, let's see what I would have loved to see. Probably a Jarvan. Jarvan for jungle. I'm trying to think. Jarvan plus a AD pick here. That's kind of okay. Oh, Jarvan Seju. Or no, Jarvan Sivir. They have Sejuani. So as a Sivir, I don't have to worry too much about Sejuani ult. Sivir plays really well into Sejuani. So Jarvan Sivir, I already have an engage. I already have a good backline. They can't run Xayah Rakan. So yeah, Jarvan Sivir here. That's what I would have done. And probably third pick, like, I already have Jarvan Sivir. Probably Rumble goes really nicely with that. So Jarvan Sivir Rumble or Jarvan Sivir Aatrox right here. They could pick Kate Morg. If they pick Kate Morg into a Jarvan lane, I am so happy. I'm a Sivir Jarvan. My support is something like a All-Star right here or something like a Leona. You can't push up into a Jarvan Sivir All-Star, Jarvan Sivir Leona. I think Jarvan Sivir here solves a lot of draft problems for Team Liquid. Sivir grade into Seju. Jarvan means it's hard to play Kate Morg. Yeah, definitely Jarvan Sivir here solves so much problem. But yeah, that's where I think drafts go so wrong for TL, this Tom Kinch Skarner pick. I mean, they don't need to pick Jarvan at 1-2 because the other team already has jungle. They need to pick Jarvan at 1-2 because if they don't pick it at 1-2, then they're going to get it banned away in 4-5, and they need to keep the third pick open so they can respond to the things that Cloud9 is picking. If you don't pick Jarvan here and you're forced to pick it on 3, you can't respond to some of the picks that Cloud9 is taking on 2 and 3. So you need to take it in your first 2 and keep your third pick open. The Jarvan Sivir, I think, is the right pick here. Sivir is protected from too much of a dangerous lane along with Jarvan. Rakan is gone, so no Xayah Rakan. Alright, let's go into the game. We talked about draft already. Oh shit, Tyler won Ovly. I loved how Ovly took off her shoes for the extra effect and Tyler 1 put on the boxes. Or he had like a shoe box to stand on. Ovly, girl though, you don't show feet pics for free. Gotta charge extra for those. I actually think Tyler 1's a freaking god. There's so little streamers that are as entertaining as him. Skarner just doing early 3 pass, probably gonna back early for the Predator. 93.3% win rate as Skarner. Well, that's about to get destroyed. What would this is what I mean by this though. C9 doing such a good job of targeting Core JJ instead of targeting double. They're targeting Core JJ, he gets stunned. Double's also eaten. He would have loved to flash right here, right? While he ate double. If he flashes right here, Doublelift lives. And Doublelift gets to keep his flash. But Doublelift dies. Core JJ also burns flash after getting eaten. Oh! Sneaker. Sneaky. Oh my god, sneaky. This W, sneaky! Sneaky, this W! Why this W is so bad is this angle here now, Core JJ has no way to dodge because he's next to the turret. That kill would have been so good for them. But great gank from Svenskeren, great gank from Zeyzal. If Sneaky did it a little bit better, that would have been a double. This gank from Svenskeren. 3 camp red side, gank bot lane. That is not a normal pathing. Like, this is what makes Svenskeren good. He'll do weird things like this, and it makes him unpredictable. So, Meteos does this, Svenskeren does this. Xmithy doesn't really do this. Xmithy, what he's really good at though, is kind of reading you and matching you. But, yeah, like, a lot of... how to describe it? Internationally, a lot of junglers do this. But in NA, it is special that you do creative pathings. And this is what makes Svenskeren and Meteos really special. And that's why their gank percentage are a lot higher than other junglers in NA. They do things differently. They're willing to take risks. And this is kind of the criticism against TSM, right? TSM junglers become ward boss. TSM junglers are passive. TSM junglers don't do aggressive plays. Like, plays like this, if it goes wrong, absolutely fucked. This gank goes wrong, Xmithy's like, what a fucking idiot. This idiot, like, just try to gank and it didn't work. I'm going to go here and I'm going to take all your camps. This taking all your camp thing does not work when Irelia has prio, when Kled has prio. There's a lot of like thoughts that went into this gank. I'm going to do 3 camp bot side and I'm going to gank bot lane. And I won't be punished because most likely Xmithy is going to do 3 camps, reset, and then go bot side. Or Xmithy is going to do 3 camps and then go bot side. So he's on the opposite end of the jungle. And even if he's on the top side of the jungle, my mid lane and top lane will have prio, so they'll be able to defend my side. So it might just look like Svenskeren took a risk, but there's so much thought behind it. And when you understand the overall map state and where Xmithy can be and what he can't do to punish you, this is actually not that risky at all. Just beautiful pathing done from Svenskeren. This is what makes him MVP. Oh, that kill! Ugh. That was so free, Sneaky. Svenskeren gifted you a kill, and you couldn't get it. Oh, feels bad. Why is Svenskeren right here? Licorice wants to push in this, or Licorice wants to freeze. Very volatile top lane state, already there waiting for you, baby. Providing you ward so you can push without having to worry about Skarner. Just, oh my god, this is a jungler. Skarner comes here, Licorice knows, lane in a volatile state, he can freeze, he doesn't have to play dangerous. He just knows what the laner needs and he's providing it. This is MVP status, this is what makes the jungle so good. Understanding lanes, understanding early game state better than anyone else on the map. Fully. I think Core JJ. I think if we just take regular season, I liked Core JJ as MVP better than Svenskeren, but Sven is still Sven, very much well deserved. Great stun on Xmithy, great stun follow up. Niski flashing immediately, ignite, press the attack on top, can't flash away. Xmithy flash there was so bad. Jake! You can't flash away from Irelia that has her second proc of Q. Gotta run. Svenskeren taking Wraith away. Just a masterclass from Svenskeren. Sneaky being down CS after getting first blood. Oof, this timing from Licorice is kind of awkward though. Pushing in, Svenskeren on the other side of the map, have to be extremely careful. Yeah, Xmithy is no slouch. He got that pink ward. He has his double golems up, right? What's the most important thing about early game jungling? Keep taking your double golems. A lot of gold, the most XP out of all the camps, so that's mostly what early game jungling is about in terms of power farming, how often you can get your double golems. That's how you rush 6. It's a Skarner. He wants to be rushing 6. But Xmithy being a little tricky, using that red ward or pink ward he placed earlier to make sure he has a fine pathing to gank, and Licorice pushing up when Sven's on the other side of the map. Like, ganks in professional play, unless your enemy laner is a dum-dum, you need to put a lot of thought into it or it's not gonna work. It's not like solo queue where the ganks are just free. Oh, this bot dive. Freaking brutal. Kled coming in. It involved all 5, but yeah, Tahm Kench as a defensive pick just isn't providing enough anymore. I mean, Licorice messed up the trace there anyways, but Xmithy's timing there was so nice. Here, we can see C9 staying just out of turret range, forcing Core JJ to burn his E. Now, this one next, like, entrance is so free. It's okay, you can kill the Niski. We're still gonna kill all 3. This is a game over play. That's a game over play. Oh, coming out 2 for 1. It doesn't matter though. Double no flash. Core JJ has flash, but Core JJ flash doesn't mean he can protect double with it. Next time C9 makes a bot dive, TL's gonna get dunzoed. Vlad can't build priority versus Irelia. Irelia can roam anytime she wants. Irelia can move with Seju anytime she wants. Anytime Svenskeren and Niski wants to force down bot lane, Double and Core JJ are left in a spot where they have to be like, well, they're coming, we gotta run. Remember here, Core has flash, he eats double, but he can't flash for double. So it's gonna be 2 for the price of 1. Buy 1, get 1 free, baby. Imagine it's the old Tahm Kench. Flash, spit out, double lift can live. This is what I mean though, the flash or the grounding whenever Tahm Kench eats someone just made the champion completely different and took away so much competitive value. And yet Tahm is still picked in competitive. I just don't think he should be picked. I think he doesn't provide enough defensive strength where it matters. I think Tahm is only good if you have a bot lane or if you have a support that can play aggressive. Because the playmaking supports right now, like All-Star Rakan, even Braum to a certain degree, are just way more valuable. The offensive firepower they provide compared to the defensive like protection Tahm Kench provides, the defensive protection Tahm Kench provides is so little compared to the offensive firepower the other supports are providing. So I think Tahm Kench is only good for teams that have supports that can't really utilize the aggressive playmaking support picks. If anything, pick Morg instead of Tahm Kench. C9 diving second turrets. You see how, like, the Vladimir, he's like there for things, he's getting kills, but he's just so worthless compared to the Irelia. And Vladimir won't be useful until he gets his core items. And even when he gets his core items, so what are the champions that Vladimir feasts on? Control mages. Oh, you're an Orianna? Oh, you're like a Syndra that don't have movement skills? What happens when I show up behind you and you and your AD carry are like glued to each other? I ult both of you, I charge my E, I go into my pool, you guys can't target me, you guys are gonna lose so much of your HP and you can't even fight back. Like, that's the situation Vladimir loves. Late game, who the fuck is Vladimir going on? On the Kai'Sa, Kai'Sa's like, peace, I'm jumping into the front line with my ult. Peace, I'm turning invisible. Peace, the Braum is blocking the damage with his shield. Like, there is no good target for Vladimir to go on later on anyways. Even when they get to late game, like, this Vlad pick isn't going to matter that much. And you're also picking Vladimir into the Kled. The extra delicious grievous wounds from Kled makes Vladimir so bad. It's just that Vladimir pick had no place in the game, nor did the Tahm Kench pick. This is Cloud9 is taking full advantage of TL's bad draft. I'm not saying this draft is unwinnable. Actually, in a sense, I am saying this. I'm gonna stick by that. This draft is nearly unwinnable from TL. It was absolute garbo draft. It takes away so much of TL's strength, and it doesn't even give them a late game win condition. Holy, look at this from Niski. He used the ult, Jensen's forced to use pull. And then whenever you, so here's what happens with E. So your E will stun after it flies away from you, right? So even though it's all the way back here, look where Niski's placing it. He's placing it close to him, right? If he places it here, it's very minimal, but it'll take longer to stun versus if he's placing it here. Niski is just such a great Irelia player. There's so many little things that he does well, which is like he just min-maxes his champion very well. Like, and he's one of my favorite Irelias to watch right now. I love Niski. I think he's been such a great addition to Cloud9 and LCS in general. Who are my other favorite Irelia? TF Blade. I actually think TF Blade has one of the cleanest Irelias in the world. It's very rare I say that for solo queue players, especially NA solo queue players, but one thing that TF Blade does really well, I'm sure Niski can do it also, but it's just not shown in competitive play, is you go into a team fight by shooting RQ, and then when you're in middle of the team fight and you marked everyone, you're using W, you go RQ, and then you dash in, and then you're charging your W so people use spells on you, and then you go WQ on a marked target, and then you go QQQQQ. So you engage a team fight, you throw a lot of people, and you mark a lot of people, and you're eating spells, and you're still alive to go WQQQQ, and then when people flash, and then you stun, and then you go Q. He does that perfectly. He's just very good about utilizing that in team fights. I mean, there's people in chat that are like, that's standard, Irelia play. Well, I want to see you do that in Challenger level. I want to see a lot of Irelias do that in Challenger level. If that's standard Irelia play, a lot of people should be able to hit rank 1 playing Irelia. People aren't able to other than TF Blade because he's so good at that. Twitch. High Challenger Irelias do that all the time. No wonder if you look at the top 10 challengers right now, it's all just high-level Irelia players. Anyone that plays Irelia hits rank 1 just like TF Blade. This is such standard play. Anyways, back to the game. Less interacting with Twitch chat. Why you don't see that a lot in pro play is like pro players see Irelia's come and they're like, oh, Irelia's coming, let's not group. Backline, make sure we're split. Support, make sure you're marking the Irelia. Pro players just won't allow that to happen. In pro play, for Irelias to do that, someone else has to go in for you and like eat the CC. Like, it's hard for Niski to do that this game because they have things like Skarner, right? So Licorice kind of has to go in, and Licorice has to go, I'm a Kled, look at me do things, and then Licorice gets killed getting Skarner ulted and like Varus ulted, and then Niski's like, delicious, you used your CC, time to go. And people just don't group, and people are good enough in competitive to hold CC, so you don't see it a lot in competitive, but you see it all the time in solo queue. Wow, some side laning going on. I hated this from Sneaky. God damn, sneakers. Not like this. No. So there is like a little thing that Sneaky did that's really good here that I do want to point out. There are some animation canceling you can do with Kaisa. One is WR and the second one is W flash. You can see Sneaky do it here. Look, he's shooting W and then he's flashing. Or W flash. Oh, he used W flash R. I don't think he needed to use all of those. Huh? Wait, never mind. He actually fucked it up. Wait! I thought he did it properly. He's not animation canceling that properly. Ugh. Impact flash, so it's hard to say he would have hit it, but it wasn't done properly. Yeah, he didn't W flash, he flashed before. Oh, that's basic Kaisa mechanics. Flash W, yeah, he used flash WR. Whatever, I'm not gonna pick on a single player, but that was a mechanical mistake that should have been done better. Because you can hide the animation of it a little bit and it gives it more of a surprise factor. Anyways, I mean, Nisqy destroying Vladimir. When is this Vladimir gonna come online? No Proto Belt. No Zanya's finish. 45% CDR not reached yet. Actually, no, that's 10%. 10% from runes. Yeah, not reached yet. Oh, it's just a Vladimir pick. Oof! 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 Liquor Nisqy's so happy here. Oof! Oof! Very small thing, but I do want to point out. Remember, if you place it this first and then this second, it's much faster. Because while this one is traveling forward, you drop this one here. So this is the fastest way to stun. Far first and then close second, because the blade has to stretch all the way out for the stun to come down. So it's very, very small, like min-maxing, but Nisqy, it's a good Irelia player. He min-maxes everything that he needs to min-max. I love seeing pro players just play the champion at its fullest, and you definitely see it when Nisqy plays Irelia, when he plays Kiana. And this is what we want to see, League of Legends at the highest level. I'm probably going to get flamed for saying NA LCS at highest level, but the way Nisqy plays Irelia, there is definitely like utilizing the champion to the highest level. Because it's like you have to build up small good habits, right? Nisqy's not thinking of where he's going to put the further E, closer. He's just has it mastered. He built up good habits and he's showing it off in a finals game. The most whatchamacallit? The most like hyped moment. Like he hasn't played in a finals before. So really nice to see him do stuff like this. This is why I got so disappointed with TSM, because I felt like Broken Blade would be this player for TSM. Both Broken Blade and Nisqy showed a lot of promise in spring. Showed that they could be one of the best solo laners. And then Nisqy flourished and developed into one of the best mid lanes in NA, and Broken Blade just dope. When is Finch gonna be picked in competitive? I never know. He was barely viable with the Dark Seal stacking. Now I don't think he will be. Oh my god, did he do it here? The combo we talked about earlier. R as Jensen's coming out. Q. Okay, he did R, Q, E stun. This is fine too. Q. E stun on both the Tahm Kench and the Varus. The Varus gets eaten. Q out. Save your Q. Now you can Q back in once the turret aggro gone. Turret aggro gone. Q. This Q. Okay, never mind. You don't want to do it. That's fine. I think that might have not been possible because of the range, but that would have been a nice one to go for. I'm trying to see if it's possible. You deny turret range. Q. Is this too much theory crafting and too much over-analyzing? Did he Q a cannon so he got reset? Let me double check. He stunned Q. Still has his Q. He Q'd to Xmeti. Oh, he messed up his Q here. Okay, he double clicked his Q here. So he Q'd to Xmeti. And then he Q'd on this cannon, so he fucked up his reset. If he didn't like Q on this cannon, he had a way to reach double F off of Core JJ. Okay, a little bit of a mistake. This is a standard Irelia boop. I can't believe he messed this up. I do this in my Diamond 4 games all the time. I am still a 1 fight, but if Niski played that a little bit better, he could have deleted double and they would have been able to get inhib off that. Yeah, because I was wondering why he didn't take that pathway, because he saved the mark on Core JJ on purpose, because he knew when double lift gets spit out, he can use Core JJ to reach double lift. I mean, I'm analyzing this, like going back and rewinding and pausing and then rewinding and checking if the cooldown was used properly or not. The pro players are doing this in real time. It's just so hard for Varus to live, and Vladimir just isn't going to be efficient versus this comp. Whoa, C9, whoa, how are you losing this? Okay, so fight starts with Licorice. Sneaky, why are you on? Hello? Sneaky, stop hitting the CS. I'm gonna play this. Sneaky, stop hitting the CS. Sneaky, stop hitting the... He used Q on the CS and he's all... Okay, I said I wouldn't pick on a single player, but this is atrocious. Sneaky! You went on Jeff! You went on the Vladimir. I guess going on Vladimir there wasn't terrible, but the AFK early was... Oh man, I have some strong feelings about the AD carry play right there. I would have loved it. This target... There's a lot of like negativity around pro play, and I know how hard it is to be a pro. So I don't want to be that one person that really singles out a player, but the targeting here and the AFK here. Why are you hitting Core JJ? Hello? Look at this guy. Kill this guy. Not the support. I want you to be using your autos here, not on Core JJ. I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about the AD carry performance there. The AFK initially using Q on minions when a fight is starting up. Okay, so of course like the initial analysis is like, don't hit tanks, hit the carries. Like you can hit the carries when the tanks pose no threat to you and you're an AD carry that's mobile. You're a Kai'Sa. I hated the ult usage here. Like, I hated the ult usage here, and I would have much preferred him just going down straight and like being part of the fight, seeing an opening for double lift and going on double. That's how you play Kai'Sa. This is not great Kai'Sa play. Like, him being able to jump on double here when cooldowns are used is like, that's the defining Kai'Sa play, and that's where Kai'Sa becomes Kai'Sa. Like, she's like chilling, people use cooldown, and Kai'Sa goes in the back line, all the cooldowns are down, Kai'Sa's like pew, 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 pew. And she's going in a position where she can use isolated Q on the squishy targets. Like, that is like quintessential Kai'Sa play. He probably ulted to get to the fight earlier. That's my problem. What was he doing before getting to the fight? He was autoing minions and using Q on minions. Like, that's my problem, guys. That he could have saved ult if he was in the fight earlier instead of autoing minions. He used QSS because he got hit by... Was he building up Rage Blade on minions? You know who else you can build Rage Blade stacks on? I understand building Rage Blade stacks, but you know what else you can build Rage Blade stacks on? And save your ult. Saving ult is so big. As an AD carry, I feel so scared when the enemy Kai'Sa still has their ult up. The teamfight dynamic is completely different. As a backline player, how you view teamfight is completely different when the enemy Kai'Sa has their ult up. You can't teamfight the same way. You can't approach the fight in the same way. You have to be so aware of it. And a very standard thing a Kai'Sa will do is she'll count CCs and she'll count cooldowns. Like, a Kai'Sa player is just like sitting there waiting for you to use your cooldowns, and she's just waiting. She's waiting, and when that big cooldown is used, she's like, pew, right in your backline. Pew, Arc W, Flash W in your backline. C9 has control, TL can approach, take the Baron, back up, re-engage with... Re-engage with Kled, auto, Vladimir flashes out. Sneaky, like, it's not a Kai'Sa's job to finish off kills like this. Let Niski finish this off, save your ultimate for double. Like, the defining Kai'Sa play is getting on top of the AD carry. Like, if you don't flank with Kai'Sa, like, you aren't making most out of Kai'Sa. I'm only going to criticize where I feel like it's fair. But I feel like all the criticism I have said so far is very fair. Alright, well, that's game 2. C9 just wrecked TL in that draft. TL draft wrecked itself, but C9 also took full advantage of how badly TL was drafting. Alright, on with game 3. TL, C9 both kind of threw their punches at each other, showed what they have, really played to their strengths. Now game 3 is where we're going to get to see both teams adapt to what each other has been doing, and this is where draft gets really interesting. And another thing is TL's returning to blue side. Blue side draft is extremely powerful, and for C9 to beat TL in a best of 5, they have to win a blue side game. So they either have to win game 3 blue side or they have to win a game 5 blue side. They just have no shot at winning the best of 5 if they can't beat them in a blue side game, because TL's the higher seed.
Through these very quick
mute double speed. There we go. Alright, bans we'll talk about it right after we get into it. Yeah, win game 3 or 5 when TL is on blue side. That's what I mean. Win a blue side game. Alrighty. Irelia, excellent performance from Niski just before ago. Kiana, same kind of champion as Irelia. Gragas, as we talked about, the Gragas ban is also kind of a Yasuo ban, because you can't play Yasuo without the Gragas, so This is a 2-for-1. That's probably why they banned Gragas so many times. Yumi, as we talked about, always banned on purple. Sona, I feel like you can't handle the TL Sona Taric. And why not ban Sejuani to deny Irelia? Because you can play Irelia with other junglers too. They could do Irelia Xin Zhao. That's still very dangerous. And Caitlyn ban. This is so they can maybe take Xayah Rakan on 1 and 2. Caitlyn's to deny. Caitlyn is to deny TL from running like these oppressive bot sides. Akali first pick. Oof. This is very interesting. So one thing that's been a go-to for Cloud9 is playing Sylas into Akali, and them opening Akali instead of Caitlyn is saying, we're more worried about giving you a OP mid lane pick than giving you a possible abusive bot lane pick. This is so much respect. This Caitlyn ban is so much respect towards Doublelift. That's what this Caitlyn ban is. So much respect towards Doublelift instead of banning the Akali. This is saying Doublelift is in Uzi form and we can't give you the Caitlyn. These Caitlyn Sona bans are C9 just respecting the hell out of Double. Yep, Sylas into Akali. I would. Xayah. Can always link it up with Rakan here. Breaking the Xayah Rakan. Alistar, wow. One thing a little bit awkward for C9 here is they can't take Jarvan. Seju can be okay. They need a strong pair with Sylas. I actually forget what they paired, but they need to pick a jungler that can pair with the Sylas well, so to get that 2v2 going. Trundle ban means they want to take Seju. TL should read that. Very obvious. Hey, look at us. We want to take Sejuani. No, J4 is fine with Sylas. You just can't run J4 into Akali. When you pick J4 into Akali, Akali's like, woohoo. Kled kind of means we want to take Aatrox and we don't like the Kled. And Kled just has been a good pick for Cloud9. Olaf ban. Oof. Olaf ban also. Okay, these are protecting picks. Wow, I love what Cloud9 did here. What does Trundle protect against? Sejuani, right? Trundle is their pick into Sejuani. What does Olaf protect against? Olaf protects against Skarner. So they can take Skarner into 2 mobile melee champions like Akali or Rakan, or they can take Sejuani and pair it nicely with the Sylas and the Alistar. So now they have 2 options for really good jungles, and TL is not going to get a great reply for the jungle. And I actually love what Cloud9 did here. I didn't even realize, but the Trundle and the Olaf ban is to open up both the Seju and the Skarner pick. Okay, so also why I say Seju is, in Korean, Sejuani is 4 syllables, Sejuani, and we shorten it to Seju. And Americans just say Sej, but I guess because Korean is my mother tongue, that's why I say Seju instead of saying Sej. Aatrox pick here, they can always take Skarner or Sejuani, so don't even have to take jungle early, either is fine for them. I would prefer if they were on the Sejuani side. This Kled Karma ban made the Aatrox pick so much stronger for Cloud9. TL kind of inted with these bans. Renekton into... okay. This is trolling. You banned Kled Karma and that you allowed enemy to just take Aatrox here. TL was like, they have to take jungle here. Oh my god. Actually, I understand it now. TL thought Cloud9 would take jungle here for sure, and they can take Aatrox for free. That's why they banned Kled Karma. And Cloud9 is like, wait a minute, you banned Kled Karma. We have 2 options for jungle. We're just going to take Aatrox. TL can get Seju or Skarner though, and Cloud9 can pick the other one, and they're completely happy. Oof, Sejuani here into Skarner feels so good. Sejuani with Aatrox, Sejuani with Sylas feels great. Sejuani or Sylas in a game with Kai'Sa ult, Akali ult, Rakan ult, Renekton ult, Skarner ult. Oh my god. This was Draft Kingdom from Cloud9. TL really messed up with the Kled and the Karma ban here. I think the other picks were pretty fine from TL. Just this Kled Karma were and expecting C9 to take jungle on 4. Wow, I didn't really analyze the draft that heavily when I was watching the first time through, but going back and rewatching it, TL draft for game 2 and 3 were troll AF. What were they thinking? Wow, actually, some really big mistakes. Alternative to those two, Aatrox and who else? Which is ban Aatrox. It was so obvious that Cloud9 wanted to force pick Aatrox. Just ban Aatrox. Or banning both Sejuani, Skarner would have been fine too. Because it's okay for TL to pick Jarvan, but it's not okay for C9 to take Jarvan because they're playing versus the Akali. Jarvan is a good pick for TL, where Jarvan is an atrocious pick for C9. So yeah, that's probably what I preferred. Skarner ban also, when you have the Akali and the Rakan picked, is really nice. Because you're melee champions that are dependent on mobility, and you definitely don't want to be playing into the Skarner. So I would have loved the Skarner ban from TL. And yeah, Skarner Seju. Loco and Ovli look similar. One is a beautiful tall woman with very long limbs, and other one is a interviewer for LCS. I guess there are some similarities. Core JJ warding early with the prio. Gets to see if Seju comes for blue. And also, one thing they get to see with this is if Seju did this bad thing. Actually, they would have caught it anyway with this word right here. Ah, that's what this word is for. Okay, I understand. I thought this word was weird, but now I understand. So, why Skarner does this word early is to check for Sejuani going into bot lane. Or going skip into bot lane. Oh, sneaky burning heal this early, level 1. Not the right play. It's just checking for early Sejuani cheesy ganks from Svenskeren. Niski. Yikers. Oof, this is not the play. Wait, how did that even happen? Half. Went for a CS. Oh, that W. He played it so risky. I'll show you the mistake here. Went for W on Jensen to get the heal. Jensen got the E off when Niski got the W, so Niski's tagged. Jensen goes in, procs electrocute, shroud, Q. Watch here, watch Jensen here. He has Q up, right? Jensen has Q up here. Watch how Jensen uses Q. Waits for the Q to come back up. Flashes first and then uses Q. Never gave Niski a chance to flash. Or never gave Niski a chance to dodge with flash. Svenskeren Nice job on picking up the kill, but the way Jensen played it, he was either going to get a flash for free or he was going to kill Niski after trading flash. No, he did use Q, not auto. I'll show you guys. Q? Oh, he did auto. Oh, I'm dumb. He autoed there. He didn't use Q. Oops, you're right. 100% right. Never mind. He could have used Q though, but he autoed. But the way Jensen played it, he didn't allow Niski a chance to dodge. Still correct on what still partly correct on what I said, but I'll give you that one, chat. Beautiful. Matching the flash for flash. That kill always worth when you get your first blood and you're getting the enemy flash too. Wave in a great spot. Niski always have to push in. Now, Svenskeren is in a situation where he has to babysit Niski and Xmitty is free to do whatever he wants. Oof, this gank timing. Look at Zazel here. Hiding in the brush. Flash WQ. Core JJ. Did you see this Core JJ block? Watch Core JJ. If Core JJ doesn't do this, Doublelift gets one shot. I'm not sure if people checked it. Oh my god. What's he doing here? What's he doing here? Core JJ blocking Svenskeren from airborning Doublelift. If Doublelift got airborne there, potential he gets stunned by Alistar, potential he gets stun stack blocked up. Core JJ. Woof! Oh, that's a standard recon play. In my Diamond 4 games, all my supports do that. Ooh, that return kill too. Wow, this wasn't even a flash W. He just stayed ahead because he knew he'd have to get that. Oof. Let's actually rewatch this. This is actually such a fuck situation for TL. Wait, what the fuck was Sneaky doing there? What are you doing there? What? Why are you even in there? Oh, okay, so TL knows Sneaky is not here. So they know Sneaky is in here. They probably saw him walk in here. So they know Sneaky's in here for sure. They're acting, now they're actually playing aggressive. Now they know Sneaky's in there. Sneaky knows they know he's in there. Great sidestep, didn't enough to burn flash. Smithy has to eat. Oof, gets stunned. Tries to get the return stun, Sneaky flashes out. Niski TPing in, able to get the kill on Xmitty. Impact. Ugh. Why did Aatrox TP? I'm trying to figure out. Can Niski TP'd in here? Trying to kill double, not possible. Aatrox TP'd in, Impact also TP. I feel like some of the top lane TPs were a little bit messy, and Xmitty overcommitted there. Impact burn flash because he got tagged by Sedger. Feels bad as Renekton. Need to be dominating the Aatrox early. Wow, I actually have a completely different view on how this series went and the level of play that was shown watching it in post, because when I watched it live I was just so hyped at every moment. Watching it in post, game was actually extremely messy, even from TL's end. Svenskeren both Svenskeren and Xmitty are just protecting for the 2v2. Especially for Xmitty, because Jensen's wave is pushing out, it's very important he's there. Like, when you have two mid-lead champions laning in mid lane, very important that you're getting protection whenever you're pushing out or you get screwed. Oof, this is a fight we're gonna have to review slowly. Oh my god, TL destroys C9 here. So Sneaky and Zeyzal moving first. A big point is they're not 6, double lift to 6. Fight getting started on Svenskeren. He's a Seju, so pretty tanky. Had his passive armor, also had his, whatchamacallit? Had his passive armor and also had his aftershock, so he didn't get one shot. Any other jungler gets hit one shot here because it's a Sejuani. Look at Zeyzal versus Jensen here. Zeyzal went for the W. Jensen timed his ult perfectly to dodge Zeyzal's W. Able to kill Svenskeren afterwards because he played like a fucking god. Sneaky on the other hand, getting isolated by Double and Core JJ. Nifki finished off Jensen, and now Double just gonna finish this off. Jensen won in this fight. If Jensen didn't finish off Svenskeren like that, fight would have been very different. Like, they wasted so much cooldowns on Svenskeren, and if they're not able to finish him, the fight is just completely donezo. But Jensen here played like a god. Sneaky got knocked up. If Sneaky didn't get knocked up here, Double Lift can't ult in, so this side also looks different. Sneaky had to dodge the knockup. Sneaky gets killed and Double's able to clean. So a little bit of misplay from Sneaky getting knocked up, allowing Double a ult target, and also great outplay from Jensen. That's why TL crushed this fight. Can you check if that knockup is dodgeable? It's dodgeable because Sneaky's moving first, right? And Rakan's moving second. So Sneaky can be in positions where he maintains the distance from Rakan all the time. It's 100% dodgeable. Oh, also let's slow play this fight. Look at Zeyzal's timing for going in. He's going in at a timing where they can finish this off. Nifki coming in with Renekton ult, getting middle of there. Oh, this is so messy. I need to slow it down more to see actually what's happening. Zeyzal going in. They're finishing this off. Nifki going with E. Oh, Licorice and Zeyzal, or Licorice and Nifki are getting so much done here. All-Star with ult, don't matter if you get finished. Sneaky in the back. Not able to finish off Core, getting isolated by Jensen. Oh my god. The fight was over. Just look at the melee clump that happens here. This is where the fight gets destroyed. Yeah, the way they opened on Xmitty, and then they knocked him up with Aatrox, and then yeah, they killed Xmitty. He didn't have ult up, so Xmitty was useless in the fight. TL has to waste damage killing the All-Star. Core JJ got like a okay ult plus knockup. Doublelift has to use his ult very defensive fashion. He's actually using it to skip over the melees and try to kill Sneaky. Jensen jumped on Sneaky. They're probably able to kill him, but Sneaky bought a lot of time with the ult. Core JJ lives. 2 for 2 right now, but TL's in a loss situation where they lost Dragon. And yeah, now this chase down is brutal. This was such a messy fight, but the biggest thing was Xmitty died, not being able to do anything. He didn't get to use ult. He just got CC'd over and over again. Yeah, and C9 just had way too much HP and way too much cooldown left over after the fight, where TL had nothing left over. Great engage from Zeyzal, and great job on the target focus on XMD and the CC chain. Why did Jensen run towards red side blue? To try to live. What could have been done better of Liquid to win this fight? Not much. Their cooldowns were a little bit off, and C9 just engaged in such a clean way. Some fights, one team does something so well, the other team is just like, eh. Yeah, don't take the fight. That's what they need to do, especially when XMT doesn't have ult up. How does TL get on this first? They lost the fight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not okay with this. C9 won. C9 won. I wish I had pro view. But I really don't like how Niski and Svenskeren were so late to reset. They're not on the map while rest of TL is already on the map. I really want to know what Niski and Svenskeren did, but they fucked up being late to reset. Yeah, they didn't reset in time, so they're giving up Herald. This Herald, ugh, this should never be given up like this. Zeyzal's so good about situations like this. Zeyzal running away. Jokes, I'm gonna engage first. Look at me, hit me, I'm the all-star, look at me. Look at Impact, he's coming in. If Core JJ engages first, they're the ones actually squishing in. Because Zeyzal engages first, and he's gonna buy time and block these two off, these guys can focus on Impact. And Niski, or not Niski, Aatrox keeping now Impact's in a shitty situation. And Zeyzal did such a good job of blocking everyone off. Niski steals a Kali ult to get good angles on things. XMT in an awkward situation. Props to Zeyzal, man. Such a good player. I think he's one of the best all-star along with Vulcan. Getting the secondary engage on, who is it? Jensen. He's just creating so much situation. Zeyzal doesn't get enough praise. And this is why I'm like, what the fuck when people talk about Zeyzal being a bad player. He's extreme. Like, Zeyzal is someone that doesn't panic. Zeyzal is someone that always does his job. He's not a diva. Like, man, he's one of the best supports to have on your team. The only thing I can really criticize Zeyzal for this split is, god damn, he was an awful Lux. Other than that, Zeyzal was such a well-rounded player this split. He opened this fight, prevented the Rakan from engaging first, caught out Jensen later on too. This ward over, saw Jensen immediately, he saw Jensen from this, warded over, just instant engage. He's so decisive when he needs to be and also calm the whole time. Like, legitimately, the only viable criticism for Zeyzal is his shitty ass Lux play. Other than that, he was such a good player this split. Channeling from the brush, going for Jensen. I don't know why Jensen handshook this fight. Zeyzal's like, okay, first I'm gonna find you with my E, trample to find Jensen here, Q, and then knock up Jensen out of the shroud because Jensen tried to go for like a little bit of damage on Niski. Niski stole the Rakan ult, charmed Jensen. He missed her root. I don't know what this was from XMT. He tried to come in, Svenskeren got a good ult, and then Q. TL just taking the weirdest fight. Zazul, another good engage on Jensen. Doesn't have Shroud anymore. Can put damage on this turret. Sneaky matching double lift, making sure he can't push this. A huge problem for TL. They picked Renekton into Aatrox, but Aatrox got Black Cleaver. He has 3 kills. Renekton doesn't have a single item finish. He has like Executioner and Kindle Gem. Renekton, so when you pick Renekton into Aatrox, what happens is, first thing that happens is Renekton beats Aatrox early, and even at first item, depending on who gets which item first, Renekton can beat Aatrox for a decent chunk of the game. But that went out the window because both players TP'd bot. Aatrox got multiple kills. He got Black Cleaver first. So your counter pick into Aatrox never really matters. So Renekton loses side lanes and is worse than Aatrox in team fights. So C9 just has a massive lead from top lane. That's a huge factor this game. The Aatrox pick just being so successful for C9 and the Renekton pick being so shitty for TL. Let's play here too. Check in. Oh, it's a X-Smithy. Ult immediately to break the stun. Q to make sure he can't ult after, buying time. X-Smithy uses ult on Alistar, but he's now in a vulnerable spot. Zazul flashes out. Core JJ got knock up. Oh wait, Niski died. Whoa, Niski, how'd you die? You're not supposed to die here. Oh, actually Niski got the suppression. So X-Smithy ulted Zazul and then Niski ulted X-Smithy. So both of them kind of stuck in this. Niski got knocked up, so double putting damage on Niski. Wait, where did double lift use ult there? Oh, he used ult to jump over. Two Skarner ults going down. But this is where Skarner becomes really bad. When there's so much CC on the other team, you can't use your ult effectively. You use your ult and then you get stuck in your own spot because of the CC. Skarner's not a blind... It's hard to say he's not blindable, but Skarner can be made very ineffective in a game with a lot of tanks and a lot of CC. And this game, due to there being Alistar, a Sejuani in the game, he's being made very ineffective. Oh, this was a bad timing for double. What you doing here? Zazul with great roam topside. Caught double lift with his pants down. Okay, G-Force game drivers, bye-bye. I don't need you at the moment. So is Seju Skarner matchup Seju favored? I would say a little bit just looking at the junglers, but when you start adding other picks, that's where it can become really Sejuani favored, or Skarner can be okay with it. But when you have a Sejuani plus another melee tank that's CC with a lot, or that's tanky with a lot of CC, then it becomes really Sejuani favored. Like Skarner and Sejuani don't really fight each other 1v1, right? So there isn't that big of a matchup problem. It's just team fight interactions that become problematic. And the Aatrox versus Renekton thing that we talked about, Aatrox being able to beat Renekton in a side lane. Let me go turn off the fan, BRB. The other side lane, Niski is having a little bit of problem versus Akali. I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to Akali versus whatchamacallit, Sylas matchup, but one thing I do know is the matchup becomes a lot harder when Akali gets Gunblade. Niski finished his Morello, so I'm pretty sure Niski's gonna be fine now. The timing is Gunblade, Akali side wins, and then second item Sylas starts winning again. Unless Akali gets her second item before Sylas does, then Akali keeps winning. Both champions going for Morelos. It's not to piss off LS, it's because Sylas heals a lot with his W and Akali heals with her Q. It's to be able to side lane properly and side lane long term. This other side lane though, the Aatrox into Renekton, that's a nightmare matchup for TL. Aatrox both stronger in side lane and in team fights. So just this point onward in the game, Licorice is going to be way more impactful than Impact is. Ooh, so scary for Skarner. Hard to check into the Seju Alistar. And also when Alistar's checking in, it's hard for Skarner to ult the Alistar. So a lot of things being problematic for TL. Oh my god, this flash WQ gonna lock up. Zazel. God, you can't fucking do that to people. TL trying to get vision here. Spence Garen opened the fight with ult. Niski coming in with E flash. Jensen, Core JJ, and Xmity all stuck here. Zazel flash WQ, knock up on 3 people. What a fucking monster. Sneaky. Oh my god, that was beautiful from Sneaky. Sneaky vulnerable target. People trying to go for Sneaky. Ult. Dodge all 3 people. Flash. What about your E? What about your E? Oh, didn't even need it. Sneaky played really well there, but the person I want to highlight there is Zazel. Flash WQ, knock up on 3 people. Oh my god, this game was Zazel carry. What a disgusting All-Star player. Double lift, used flash to kill Zazel. I guess it's worth, he had a shutdown. This is a true support carry game. It doesn't really show in stats, like he's 2-4-12, maybe it's showing a little bit. I mean, if you just look at stats, you're probably like, oh my god, Spence Garen is 2-1-13. Aatrox is 4-0-3. But the real support, or the real carry here is Zazel. The engages, the timings, just too disgusting. Jensen split pushing because he knows they can't match them in a 5v5. But a little bit too late, C9 got the engage while Jensen was away. 1-for-1 trade though. Re-engage, kill double. 3k Baron play. Do they just end here? Well, they do just end here. Ugh. Anyone that wants to criticize Zazel for this split, I really want you to take a hard look at this game and my review for it. It was just so well played from him. Lovely game from C9. Finally able to beat TL where they were red side. Now they have TL at match point going into game 4, and they're gonna be blue side. Game 4 is C9's shot at taking this game and really nailing like TL down right here, because it's hard to beat TL from red side. They finally did it. Now they're gonna get a blue side game against TL, and they should really win that one. So this is game 4. Cloud9 has blue side. Match point against Team Liquid. This is their best shot to take the game, and I think them losing this game is why they lost this series. Of course they could have won in game 5, I know all that, but game 5 against TL from red side is so hard to win. Game 4 versus TL on blue side, match point, your advantage, you have one more game left. This is honestly where they should have won. This is going to be a heartbreaker for you C9 fans, but that's just how it is. Corki Sona bans just carrying over. Akali Yumi bans carrying over for TL also. Rakan ban, denying Zaya Rakan on 1 and 2. My theory is C9 try to beat TL's Zaya Rakan in game 1, and if they could beat it, then they can just give them Zaya Rakan, so draft would have been completely different. That's why I think they took such an atrocious draft in game 1 to try to beat the Zaya Rakan. So first pick Gragas here instead of Sejuani, they did like they did in game 2, I think it's because Qiyana was open and they wanted to do Qiyana Gragas. That's the only explanation that I can think of, other than them. Yeah, that's why I think they did Gragas instead of Seju, because they really wanted to run Qiyana Gragas. And TL knows that too, and TL can't take away the Qiyana because they don't really play it, so they're expecting them to take it, and the game is still going. Yep, Sejuani taken as a response. Oh wow, Skarner taken as a response. I guess Skarner's a little bit better. Skarner's a little bit better into Gragas because it's not a tank. You still have to watch out though if you get engaged on first. Kai'Sa, Qiyana. The Qiyana pick, as we talked about, just a really great pair with Gragas and one of Niski's best. Kai'Sa denying doubles favorite after Zaya is gone. I'm surprised double didn't take Kate here. That would have been a really nice pick. But Kate here, what's the thing that's problematic? Then you can get your mid lanes backed out or banned out, and also dangerous versus Gragas and the Qiyana. Actually, giving it a little bit more thought, LeBlanc was probably better. LeBlanc or whatever mid lane they were going to take into Qiyana was really important to take here. Jensen had so much crucial LeBlanc games, even versus TSM. I think it was like game 4, right, where TSM's running Lissandra Rek'Sai and Jensen's running LeBlanc, and he doesn't get killed on LeBlanc. That was so fucking crucial for TL being able to win that series, and Jensen running LeBlanc here and not getting killed by Qiyana Gragas also so fucking crucial. I think Jensen is more defined by his resilience in lane and his consistency more so than like his pop-offness. I mean, he does have good pop-off, but being able to survive Qiyana Gragas, Lissandra Rek'Sai, these are the reasons why TL is able to win a championship, not because Jensen is such a pop-off player. He's able to play these like extremely shitty situations and come out ahead. Let's talk about the bans a little. Kled Kennen, probably the expected picks they thought about into Aatrox. Zaya Sivir, the expected pick they thought about into Qiyana. Doublelift getting on, and also this time Team Liquid playing Braum, so the support doesn't get one shot by the Gragas Qiyana. Also Braum, a nice pick into Gragas. Doublelift getting forced into Ezreal here I think is a little bit bad, but the Braum pick makes up for it so much, not being able to get one shot anymore. And it also does so much better than so much better into the Alistar, because as an Alistar, early in lane, when you WQ, you're thinking about your exit. Your exit can get awkward when you're getting tagged by the Braum. Same thing in teamfight. You're thinking about your WQ, but Braum ulting and like hitting your backline as you're WQing really denies your combo because both teams are knocked up at the same time and they aren't able to take advantage. Or you go in for a nice WQ on a target, Braum puts his shield up, comes in and protects. There's just a lot of good patterns for the Braum. Poppy into Aatrox instead. This was so crucial too. Licorice Poppy is going to be insane, and you guys are going to see why. Doublelift picking Vayne here would be literally trolling the game. He doesn't have a wave clear mid. If he takes Vayne, they can never 1-3-1. This is literally asking to lose the game. I'm sure fans got excited for it, but there's no way this pick comes down. Yep, Ezreal probably the only real option left. Maybe the Lucian, but Ezreal was honestly the only real option left. Very, very winnable game for C9 in terms of the draft. I guess the only real criticism would be no Sejuani instead of Gragas, but it's not the end of the world. Damage balance comes out really nicely. Gragas, Kai'Sa for AP. Qiyana, a little bit of Poppy for the AD. Kate here would be troll. You can't play Kate here into Alistar and Gragas and Poppy. And Qiyana. And even the Kai'Sa. Ezreal's the only real option. Lucian's the only thing that's arguable. Oof, game 4. Huge talking points this game. Mid jungle 2v2, Kiana Gragas versus LeBlanc Skarner, if the LeBlanc can survive or not. Doublelift could have done Lucian, dash and get Bork Cleaver for frontline. I'm not sure you want to be playing Lucian into the Gragas, the Alistar, the Poppy, or even the Kiana. They have so many ways to fuck with your dashes. You can't dash, or think of it this way. How much harder is it to dash a Alistar WQ versus a Ezreal E, which is a blink? Compare that to Gragas, compare that to Poppy, who you can't even dash out of. Lucian here is extremely dangerous. It's like 10% Lucian possibility, 90% Ezreal. I don't care if Lucian works well with Braum, it's just near impossible versus the champion on C9. Ooh, Jensen. Great early lane start. One thing that Dom talked about on a face check is Impact probably not knowing how to play this matchup, Aatrox into Poppy. Yeah, some of the trades that Licorice was doing and Impact was allowing, like this trade here. E, W, so he can't exit, and then Impact used E anyway, got knocked up and grounded, and then gets hit by Q. Oof. That trade pattern's brutal. Oh, flashy. Solo killed. Wave pushing in, forced a TP, gonna miss the giant wave. Beautiful from Licorice. Impact, like this redive is so possible, and Impact has to back up all the way, lose the entire wave, gets this ward cleared out, can never know if he's in there. Wave can potentially push away from him. Oh yeah, Wave's gonna push away from him, just such a shitty spot for Impact. Oh man, can you imagine the kind of mental TL's in? Game 4, you're on red side, match point. Your rock of a top laner gets solo killed. Oof. Zeyzo once again. Flash WQ. This isn't even max range, he's doing it at an extremely quick speed. Core JJ coming in a little bit later. Doublelift forced to flash E out. Ugh. Oh my god, Sven. Where's the Q? Where's the Q? Wait, was this killable? Ignite coming down. He should have drank W earlier here and then E flashed immediately so he's not as far away from turret, or just go on core JJ. I think going on core JJ here is also a fine option. It's just that Ignite with you, so core JJ becomes really hard to kill here. Yikes. This was a opportunity for C9 to crush this. If either of them died and this wave crashed, this gives Sneaky a perfect back timing. The sneaky, I really want to analyze this because this was like perfect. Ugh. Damn, that kill would have been brutal. I think C9 could have done little things better, and that might have been possible. If Zeyzo and Svenskeren both connect, but it's hard to both connect because core JJ is always going to try to block for the jungle. And one thing bad about Svenskeren using flash there is enemy top lane is really vulnerable, but now Sven's not going to have flash. walking up. Oof, this dive. Way built up. Jungle on the other side. Hard for Xmit. He can't walk in because he's blocked off here, and then they can crush in here. Jensen late to the fight. So many bad things for TL right now. Poppy stun starts the fight. Ult away on Jensen from the brush. God damn, Licorice is playing out of his mind. Top 0-2, lost a huge wave, 20 CS down on the Poppy. Dude, TL is... Oh my god. I cannot believe TL had the mental fortitude to win this game. What a game. Mid lane matchup, 30 CS down. Niski getting spanked. Niski getting absolutely spankerinoed. I mean, gold might be in favor of TL, but one thing that's kind of problematic for them is top lane just getting dope over and over again every time they build away. Even though Niski's behind, like, Kiana is such a great roam champion. He just has to get the roam off, and if he kills top, if he kills bot, it doesn't matter if he's down CS. The game will still turn due to how behind the side lanes are. We have to keep looking at C9 making plays. Gragas has his flash back up in a little second. Niski should not be getting rolled that hard, but he fucked up a lot in laning, especially level 1. C9 should quickly make the next play. I really don't like them delaying things here. Get priority mid and make a next play. Oh, just the reset timings are awkward. So Sven has flash, he wants to make a play. Poppy backed, now Niski backed. So the reset timers are a little bit off where laners aren't in lane, and then now Sven Scaring backs, just back timers were staggered in a weird way where C9 couldn't get their timing going. Now people are getting back on the map. Everyone took their reset. C9 has a timing. Maybe they were just waiting for resets to make a play. The Svenskaren had flash though. I would have loved if they made a play and didn't allow TL to catch up. TL making the reverse play while C9 gets Herald. They know they can't fight this. If they fight this, they're going to get fucked. Taking first turret topside. Oh, Poppy dying here feels so bad. You can kind of look at the difference between Impact and Licorice. Impact stayed away because he knew the reverse play was coming. Licorice went into the turret and Impact backed up. So Licorice dies, burns flash, and gives up gold. Where on the other hand, Impact just stays away, buys time, and doesn't give up anything. He didn't even buy that much time. He's just feeding free kills to double. What's this TP? Waste from Sneaky. They should have kept going. Fourth. Wow, actually, this was so bad. Licorice, what the fuck? If anything, what happens is Licorice TPs here, warps behind Impact, and dives him on this turret. And Sneaky never TP spot, and they keep pushing topside. Oh, C9, this macro play. How the fuck did Licorice not know he had to back up when C9 got the dragon? Or not C9, TL got the dragon. Wow, this is a yikes moment. This was actually such a yikes moment. They gave up everything that could have snowballed. I'll talk about how C9 could have done better. And I'll also talk about the information that's available. Red team took dragon. You have vision here, here. And you see LeBlanc walking this side. Where is red team? On the bot side, obviously. So if you have heralds, so they're gonna be so much faster on the tempo in terms of getting this turret, and then in terms of getting the second turret. So C9's in a situation where they have more tempo, and TL has to respond to you. So just keep pushing and wait for TL to respond to your push. Poppy, stay defensive like Impact did. Wow, this is big chokes from C9. This is big chokes from Licorice. If he just waited outside of turret range, allowed them to get turret, and then they're on the second turret, TL had to respond to you. Sneaky wastes TP, Licorice gives up his gold. They don't get to take advantage of their tempo. So fucking bad from C9. Wow, that was atrocious. That was so atrociously bad. That tweet, Jensen finally giving us an LCS title. Do you think something changes if he gets the kill? It was pretty close. I mean, of course it's better if he gets the kill, but he doesn't even need to risk for the kill. Why does he need to risk for the kill when they're up tempo and TL's gonna be the one that has to respond? There was zero reason for Licorice to take the risk there. Oof. C9 planning for the spot dive, trying to get control in the jungle. Licorice TP, Impact has TP. It's going to be a 5v5 play. They're trying to clear out the vision there because they're looking for the dive. Looking for the dive finally. When you're looking for the dive, it's important to cut off other people. They need to cut off Xmity. They need to cut off LeBlanc from getting in. But the way they did it, they're not cutting off anyone. Imagine here, they go on Xmity and they one-shot him. Sven Garen, imagine instead of this, he does this, and Zazel hops on top of this. Oh. Kill the Skarner, or force him to flash. Instead now they're in middle of turret. Niski's gonna get one shot. That was so dumb. If they actually got that, I know it's gonna be hard to kill Xmity, but depending on how Gragas ults, they can deny a lot of people and make the spot dive so much better. Instead they're in middle of turret. TL doesn't get dope. Oh, two big mistakes. C9 has so many chances to win the game and they're fucking it up. Oh, that TP was troll too. Wow, C9 was on the offensive. They were supposed to win this game. They had the tools and they just blew it. Great job for TL to take advantage of C9 blowing it, but the lead they gave up versus any team that's good, they would have gotten fucked. The position C9 put themselves in to win the game was so good for them, and it was so obvious, and they just, they couldn't clutch it where it mattered. First one to lose turret, mid down 40 CS, Poppy and Aatrox normalize. Ezreal hit 2 items, 18 minutes, Moone's gonna come very soon. In this fast-paced game, if C9 got their lead and they snowballed, they could have put Doublelift in a worthless position. As an Ezreal, one of your worst fear is the game speeding up so much and you don't get enough gold, where you can't hit your 2 items fast enough, where you can't charge your Moon fast enough, and your 2 item power spike coming late. That's your worst fear as Ezreal. Your worst fear isn't getting dope or stuff like that because you're so good versus dives because you're an Ezreal. C9 just had, oh my. They had so many opportunities and so many of them got Well, a TL with double dragon, TL with turret down mid lane, or TL with enemy turret down mid lane, Jensen fully activated on the LeBlanc. Nice try on the catch, but they're going on Braum instead. They're going on the Braum instead here. Also, Niski couldn't chain his ult. Here, Niski went for something else instead of chaining his ult. If he ult from a distance and they're able to one-shot Core JJ before he can put a shield ult up, this fight looks different too. But yeah, you see Niski using his ult way too late, having to flash out in an awkward spot, Core JJ living and then getting finished off. This fight order should have been different if they're going to go for this kill. It should be Niski ulting. He should ult before Core JJ lands and he can ult. Then they have a chance at one-shotting. Very slight chance at one-shotting. Also double if this near this wall, so he has to E or get stunned. What a yikes game. Yikes. Yep, Meteos talked about picking Braum. Another thing that's really good is when you're picking Braum into Alistar, as I talked about, play patterns for Braum versus Alistar is completely fine for Braum. I really hate the Poppy picking up the kill here. And it's not like a game changer, but kill should definitely be going on Sneaky or Kiana. Oh, that's been scaring catch. Core JJ clipping right on the edge. Look at him. He clips him right on the edge as the minions are dying. So now he takes turret aggro, takes damage, and Jensen comes in for the kill. Beautiful. Impact flanking. C9 or TL Fel? C9 or TL Fen? I mean, fan of both, honestly, but C9, C9 has such a good chance to finish off TL here, and they wasted it completely. Just game state turned so dramatic. Aatrox in the side lane can start beating out the Poppy. Poppy building MR because of the team fight phase. TL with Baron control. Oh god. Oh god, C9, you had it. You honestly, truly, really had it. This was your game to win. For all the criticism I gave to Sneaky, this game was on licorice. I would say people that messed up execution the worst were Licorice and Svenskeren for this game. This was one of the shakiest that TL has played and C9 couldn't win. Niski being slowed down. I mean, that mattered a little bit, but the biggest problems were... Oh, wow. Oh? I forgot this happened in the game. Jensen has his W to go back to here, so he thought he was fine, but didn't expect Alistar from Brush. Coming in, able to pick off core. Ruh-roh. If C9 transitions into a Baron, then game opens up again. Oh! They do transition it. Oh, they don't transition it into a Baron. Nope, game not gonna open up wide enough. What I think of Stormrazer's Kai'Sa, I honestly don't play AD enough to really talk that much on the build. I'm sure there's analysts doing the math for C9. Munekaiza is more popular right now, though, from what I know. Ugh, burning flash like that as Kaiza feels so bad. Oh, let's slow watch. This is the. This is fucking trash. I don't know why Spence Garen tried to kill this ward. It should be someone else. It should have been someone else. Also, he got chunked so much, and he tried to E Jensen here. Jensen W'd. Now he's stuck in a spot, has to use stopwatch like this. Zeyzal ulting with low HP. Jensen completely fine. That was so fucked. That was just so fucked. I don't think, yeah, and Sven will definitely stay on C9. Sven feels really grateful towards Jack, because when he was let go from TSM, he had a really shit year at Worlds, so picking him up was a little bit of a risk for Jack, and they did great with Spence Garen, and he feels like Cloud9 gave him a home where he was in a shitty spot. So from my knowledge, I'm pretty sure he's gonna stay. And that was a good outplay from Jensen, but that distance that Sven is trying to E from is so long. Of course Jensen's gonna be fine Wing. Oh, yikey yikes. This is just a slow loss at this point now. TL gonna be back on blue side after this. C9 gonna be mentally distraught. Just so hard for C9 in terms of like mental and game state when they lose this, because they lost a game they should have won, and it's so hard to get rid of that mentality going into game 5. Oh, it's so hard. I've been in this situation before. You lose a game you're supposed to win going into game 5, you start self-doubting. Doubt takes over here. Feels bad. One last game, TL back on blue side. Now they have C9 exactly where they want them. This was the game. You had them at gunpoint and you couldn't finish them off. Well, let's go to game 5. Whoosh. Oh man, one more game for me to review.
That's really
oh my god, this has been a long stream.
Yeah, don't let them off so easy there, Captain.
Yeah.
There's some demerit.
We gotta punish some of these. Somebody's going to detention for some of these plays.
Honestly, though, keeping their eyes open, looking for these plays. You know, after you fail something on a stage as big as this, like the initiation we saw, Jensen over the wall, you know, immediately gets answered by Cloud9. He continues to look for them. You can't be deterred just because it doesn't work one time.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that's really important to keep up that level of aggression, because it has been the proactive team, the aggressive team that has been taking the day when it was Cloud9 and now when it was Team Liquid.
Well, for more on how the series is going to 5, let's hear from Dash and the analysts.
Thank you, Captain Flowers. We wanted 5 games, and Team Liquid gave it to us. It was a little bit of a heart attack there for everyone in the arena game based on the way it started, and they did it taking that Skarner that we just disliked so much.
Yeah, I was I was really sad when I saw that.
You and I both. We were watching together.
They even teased us. They hovered the Sedge, they hovered the Jarvan, and they go, gotcha, Skarner. But, you know, to their credit, they did win. I'm not convinced it was because of the Skarner, but they did win.
I think there was a mild draft adaptation in the fact that they played LeBlanc, but the overall style with the way the two games played the game, with C9 being first to most plays, grouping up more and going for fights, was the same. It's just more of those fights didn't work for C9 this time. TL was more ready for some of them. They outplayed a few more, and they won those small trades over and over again to be able to come and force this game 5.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I like the decisiveness out of C9. And they drafted a good comp to make that stuff happen. They just missed a couple too many plays over the course of the game that eventually allowed TL time and Jensen to get a big lead.
Right, one thing that I think C9 kind of messed up on is I still think they had a really good aggressive style, but it just kind of came down to where they were putting all of their resources. So they sacked a lot of XP in farm mid to get that top lane going, and they got a massive advantage top, but in a matchup like Poppy into Aatrox, Poppy is not going to shut Aatrox down. Eventually, Aatrox is going to be relevant. If he was something like a Kled, like a Camille, even Renekton, who could continually punish Aatrox and get him out of the game, I would have liked it more.
And I don't mind if Niski's going up there and helping get some kills as well, but Niski never found the kills. After this, he goes top, he roams and keeps pressuring to keep shutting Impact down like it is here. But this never actually gets himself very far ahead. And then as well as the fact when you try and take that pressure that you've gotten to the top side and flip it bot lane, those are the plays that started going really wrong for C9. That was all good on the top side, but like Medios is saying, you need to take that and transfer it to the bot lane. There were multiple flubbed bot lane plays out of C9 where Svenskeren missed a barrel that could have been a kill on double lift after a good flashing and stuff like that.
And something should be mentioned about Impact. We saw there, he died, teleported back, died again. Most other professional top laners, GG.
Game over.
That's it. They never come back. Yet, Impact didn't die again, got 4 more kills, and actually carried some of those later game team fights. He's one of the only guys that can do that, so I really have to credit Impact for not losing this game.
It was a double. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I actually have to credit all of TL for playing that way because, you know, for so much of the early game, they were dealing with these Gragas, Qiyana roams together. It was almost every single mid wave, Gragas, Qiyana were just going bot, going top, and TL had to absorb that pressure. You know, they let Jensen get pretty ahead just by farming and getting ahead in XP, but it wasn't until, you know, pretty late in the game that Jensen actually started finding those picks and making a lot of those plays.
All right, it was like a 65 CS to 35 CS lead there for Jensen off of the 2 kills that
Rip
came.
Deagle, no death free.
So he was definitely set up for it.
C9 did not play much diversity than last split. They're still the most diverse team in NA. And they're the most multifunctional. They actually flank, they play side lanes. Also, they didn't do much of side laning.
After taking out the Skarner, who didn't have many options, it felt, against the likes of a Gragas or the Alistar engages.
And Jensen is going to get a lot of credit for this game, but I do think he didn't play it that great. There were a couple of times he could have followed the roam by Niski and turned around and chose not to. And then when the ball is in his hands, he messes up. He loses his flash and 2 seconds later dies and almost risks a Baron situation.
That was a whack play, I'm gonna be honest.
Whack.
Just saw
Is it a good best of 5?
Flash blown and then he went in again.
When that happened,
it's an exciting best of 5. It depends on how invested you are into it.
Or Sven Ezreal. Right, but because of the way that TL defended this Baron 3v5 afterwards, we're not having that conversation, and it's going to Team 5. So even though Jensen did have a CS lead and played most of the game well, TL bailed him out from a month's worth of memes by not letting this Baron.
Who gets to pick red or blue side? TL.
With that C9 tweet, it was going to be for a long time.
Right, I mean,
year-long tilt.
Spring or summer?
We run through
I like
all of this
spring better.
to establish how big of a comeback it was for Team Liquid in this game to have multiple mistakes on different individuals across the map, but then to show the resilience to come back and find ultimately the 4-for-0 fight that they needed to roll into a Baron and take total control of the game back.
Yeah,
I like spring better because it had TSM.
Jensen as well, finding a lot of
and it was way more emotional. Maybe it's because I was more invested in the team, but that final was way more up and down in terms of emotional, like the story of it.
Svenskeren on the body slam in. The fact that he chunks him out makes
I'm so hungry.
in. He could have eat out, but he commits in, outplays him, and then Niski's trying to force
the
play
C9's that world
for his Gragas, but he gets pulled right away.
And this is where we do see the Skarner come in as a team composition counter to the Qiyana. Anytime Niski would try and engage a team fight, you would see
the level of play in the final was really poor. None of the teams utilized side lanes. That was definitely true.
Members of the team were taken out. TL's able to follow through.
Right, I do think that maybe this game Niski sacrificed a little bit too much from his own end because, you know, he roamed top a few times, and then with his build, he went mobility boost, Hex Drinker. So he's just kind of saying, all right, guys, you know, I'm not a champion. Good luck in 4v5. I'm going to help you, but I'm not really going to be a champion.
And I think we point out all these things that were dangerous for TL and stuff because the series isn't over. Like, Game 5 still needs to happen, and this was a game where a couple more plays break C9's way and they execute a little bit better. C9 could have ended the series right there, and so TL needs to shape up a little bit more on their early game to make sure they don't get one out of their hands.
Let's talk Game 5 then. Give me your thoughts. For both of these teams, it's a do-or-die situation. For Cloud9, they had maybe the setup that they needed here in Game 4 and then weren't able to close. So let's start with them.
Ooh, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm still kind of leaning towards C9 just because
Wow, I can't believe he leaned C9 knowing that they played Rest Side last game.
this whole series, it's felt like they were in the driver's seat. Even sometimes when they're, you know, driving off the road and crashing, they were still the ones driving. So I think that C9 can pull it together and get the Game 5 win. It seems like TL's still been on the back foot.
Team Liquid takes blue. There are no substitutions. That's another thing to point out here because Cloud9 has been vocal about their willingness to use substitutions.
Who the fuck would they use sub? Deathly? Fuck no.
Like this, but they have confidence in the 5 they put on the stage. Close it out.
I think Transparent's been playing well, but when I think about Game 5s, players make more mistakes in Game 5s. It comes down to more mechanics. It comes down to more experience. And TL has been there before, specifically Doublelift in this Game 5. I think there will be some very close, critical team fights where he has a chance to outperform and win the 4th title in North for Team Liquid. So I give Team Liquid a slight edge.
Doublelift's so OP in
I
Game
do too,
5.
but I want to make sure that they still don't fall back on just comfort scaling champions, which can be really tempting. I hated the Vladimir when we saw it earlier in the series. I still want them to have agency with their picks.
All right, well, these teams have delivered us an incredible series so far. 4 games in a row. We've got one more coming. Medios, thank you so much for joining us. Go find a good seat in the house and drink this one in as both of these two teams do battle for the title of Summer Champions. It's coming down to the wire. It's coming down to Cloud9 and Team Liquid looking to claim it all here at the Little Caesars Arena when we return.
Alright, final game. Last review.
Welcome back to Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. It has all come down to a Game 5.
Will Team Liquid be able to be the first team to get 4 championships in a row? Or will Cloud9 finally get another banner in the LCS studios? It's been over 5 years, 4 months since they last were able to hold that trophy.
Both teams wanting it so much, and it really has been a very back and forth series, but it feels so important, I think, to get the advantages in the solo lanes. You know, throughout this series, having the push of the solo lanes, having the advantages there has really felt like it is spreading across the map, and both teams are constantly going at each other, constantly forcing these fights, and you know, having the positioning because you have the push in those solo lanes feels like it's been critical.
And here in game number 5, Team Liquid will be back on the blue side, here to make their final stand against Cloud9. We got to see some different picks come out last game, but now only one draft left to determine who is the best in North America and who's just their best competition.
Now, after that last game, does Team Liquid even ban away the Kiana? From blue side, they had constantly been spending one of these bans on the Kiana. You know, the Aurelia there as well, but I think that they almost have been able to not cross that one off the list.
You know, I think you still have to give the respect over to Niski. He didn't have a great game, but that does not mean that he is not capable of having those incredible games that we have seen him have.
Oh shit, the game started. I'm not even reviewing. Oh, sorry guys. Last game. I was too busy dancing. Alright, editor, start here. Game 5. TL versus C9 for all the marbles. Is it gonna be 4 trophies? Is it gonna be the first trophy in 5 years? Find out now. Okay, jokes aside, Game 5 is all mental. Of course strategy matters, of course draft matters, but when it comes to Game 5, almost every single Game 5 I coached or watched or played has came down to who's more mentally in it, who doesn't lose focus, who doesn't care about what happened before, who doesn't care about what happens in the future. It really truly comes down to how focused you are. Everyone's tired, caffeine's starting to run out. adrenaline is pumping. You have to be extremely focused. So I thought going into Game 5, TL's going to win almost no matter what. I thought 90% TL because, 1, they're the more experienced team. 2, Game 4 for Cloud9 was so tragic. And 3, TL gets blue side again. Oh, this Caitlyn ban hurts so much. There should have been a Yumi Akali ban. It really should have been a Yumi Akali ban and not the Caitlyn. Ah, that Caitlyn ban haunts me. Just ban Yumi Akali. It's so dangerous now. They last banned Sylas, so they first pick Akali. Now you don't have a good champion to pick into it. And if you were going to do this, you have to ban Yumi earlier too. That Kate ban was such a throw. Aatrox Zaya. You're going to play Aatrox into Akali. You're going to play Aatrox into Jensen's Akali. All-Star without TL having Braum is okay, but yeah, I just can't get over them banning Caitlyn here. I think if they don't ban Kate, they just hard lose. Well, that is not true at all. That's just straight not true. They can pick Rakan here. And if they have Kate here, they can go Ezreal. There's just so many different ways they could have done it. I really heavily disagree with saying if they don't ban Kate, they lose the draft. Sejuani Prio also really low. They pick Rakan and then Kate Morgus up. Okay, and then you take Ezreal. Or you take some. You don't have to be Zaya Rakan into Kate Morg. They could be Sivir Rakan into Kate Morg. They could have. There's things they couldn't do differently. And then now this Jarvan pick into Akali is really fucking brutal. Also, the fact that they couldn't take Skarner into Akali Rakan also feels so bad. Oh, this game was such a yikes in terms of draft. Give up Akali with Sylas ban, not able to take Skarner into Akali Rakan. Oh, Vladimir into Shen. When does Vladimir become more effective than Shen? And once again, Vladimir being played when there aren't targets you can really flank on. Kai'Sa's not a good target to flank on. I talked about Game 5 being all about mental and all about focus, and this game, C9 lost so hard from draft. I think not having Skarner into Akali Rakan is tragic. I think them banning Kate is inting the draft away. I think picking Vladimir is hoping for a scaling to happen where it's not possible. There's 3 things and the Jarvan into Akali also, there's 4 things I heavily disagree on. No Skarner, Jarvan into Akali, letting go of Akali instead of banning Akali when Sylas is going to get banned, and then also not picking picking the Vladimir. Let's watch together. I mean, in order for C9 to win, somehow the Jarvan needs to... Somehow they need to scale, and even when they scale, like... The Kai'Sa's always going to be more efficient than the Vladimir. I guess one way they can win the game is like Jarvan constantly ganking the Kai'Sa along with All-Star and them getting something done bot side, but it's double it versus sneaky. There just doesn't come a point where C9 truly outscales TL, and TL is so much stronger during early and mid game. Xmith, he's protecting for level 2 because Akali's pushing ahead and also going on the top side of the map to get blue and making sure he can help with impact, making sure he can fight with Scuttle. Jungle packing from both junglers has been really intelligent throughout the whole game, or throughout the whole series. Oh, this Vladimir pick is gonna haunt Licorice. I rarely agree with Doran regarding draft, but I will agree. Game 5 draft for C9 has been very suspect. What do you think about electrocuting on Jarvan while building Cinderhawk? I mean, it's just for early game. Ugh, this is so dumb. I talked about how bot lane ganks were the core thing. You see how TL warded? Ward here, ward here. Everything's just covered. So this Jarvan gank is so telegraphed. Also, I don't know. Sneaky should have flashed earlier too. The moment Jin Zhao went on him, he should have flashed. He waited until he lost all his HP. He got knocked up by Jin Zhao and then he flashed. He should have flashed before for sure. That's also an int. I really disagree if LS said Game 5 draft was a C9 win. TL getting a Kali without a C9 able to Silas counter. C9 playing Vladimir in a game with no targets to really flank. Jarvan into a Kali. There's just so many things wrong about C9 draft. I don't understand where C9 would get the draft edge. This was such an end. Sneaky needed to flash right away. Jensen getting kills in a 1v2 situation on top of that. And even if C9 gets 4 item Vladimir right, this Vladimir isn't that dangerous. Vladimir is dangerous when you're like Jinx, Kog'Maw, when you're immobile AD carry and your mid lane is also immobile. That's when Vladimir flanks her so much. But to this Kai'Sa, she's gonna build she can build Banshee, she can build Maul. This Kai'Sa isn't gonna be very afraid of the Vladimir, and when Vladimir jumps on her, Kai'Sa can ult to the front of the fight. Like Kai'Sa can fuck with Vladimir in so many ways. Also early Ocean Drake for a TL. Where TL showed so much resilience when they were on match point versus C9 in game 4, we can see C9 breaking down. I'm telling you, game 5 is all mental. Just don't, like, player strength, player, like, skill level matters the least in game 5. It's about who can stay focused, who can keep their head on straight and not make the dumb mistakes. Do you think winner of game 4 has the edge then? For sure. Winner of game 4 always has the edge going into game 5. Depends on how you win though also. And the way that TL won was so good for them. Ugh. They're just losing all sides of the map. And then this hero play coming up, C9's not really going to have a play for it. Also, Akali becomes pretty hard to deal with later on. Luckily, they have an Alistar and their AD carry is Azaya. But long as Akali stays alive in a fight, all she has to do is finish off targets and buy time. I'm very curious, like, when the Vladimir going to start being effective. Also, the whole point of playing Vladimir was laning into Shen. That's not even happening now. Shen on the other side of the map, Vladimir forced to 1v2. C9 trying to... I mean, C9 has Zaya and Alistar in the mid lane doing nothing versus Akali. Akali farming 2v1 just fine. C9 has 0 objectives so far. TL took both dragons. TL's gonna end up with Herald, probably end up with first turret also. When you come to game 5, there's just no need to be super analytical. Just enjoy the game for what it is, and also watch players lose focus. I think the dumbest mistakes and the most clutch plays are made in game 5. Because it's just all nerves, all mental, all focus. Can you keep your head on straight with everything on the line? And TL's just been here way too often. Game 5, everything on the stake. TL's been coming out ahead so many times. Spring versus TSM, semis versus Clutch, now versus C9. They're just so experienced as a group. I think if you're gonna beat TL, you have to beat them before game 5. Just going to game 5 versus TL is a nightmare. Do you think G2 beats TL in game 5? I mean, we'll see when they meet, but I will say if G2 meets TL in game 5, that's TL's best chance at winning a best of 5. Oh man, this taunt coming from double lift. That's so mentally like demolishing, getting solo or getting killed like that and having the enemy AD taunt you. Double F 4-0 on Kai'Sa. Ugh. Get me out. Get me out. Oh, well, kill finally went over. Who did it go to? Going on Zaya, that's really good. Normally, I'm such a hater of BM, but I think Double F BMing there is strategically so fucking good for the team. Like, that BM right there is, it gets a fucking knife in your heart. Cause you got solo killed too. You really need your teammates to say, it's fine Sneaky, it's fine Sneaky, we got this. Like there, it's really hard to pick yourself up. You really need your teammates to say something like, it's fine Sneaky, we got this. We're gonna laugh at him at the end of this, don't worry, we got this. Because Sneaky knows he made a mistake, so it's hard for him to say it's fine, so you really need your teammates to say it's fine. And from a teammate perspective, it's really hard to say it's fine when it's game 5 and your carry is getting solo kill, so it's just such a shitty situation. You need everyone to be like so mentally there. You can see how fast this game is and you can see how stompy it is. All mental, baby. Honestly, it's not fine, but you have to say it's fine for the sake of the mental, for the sake of the team. Might as well say we skill and win late game. No. Vladimir still hasn't outskilled the Shen yet. I'm telling you, that point in the game is just so late. It really doesn't come until so much later in the game, and it does not work when people aren't picking immobile mids or ADs. Jensen just toying with them. Shen split pushing. Aatrox can't deal with the Shen. Start Baron, force C9 in there. Jarvan dead, can start Baron again. This time C9 doesn't have a choice. Wow, Doublelift actually got one shot by Licorice. What's his items before this fight? Doublelift not building Hex Drinker here I think is a little bit incorrect because that's the only thing he has to worry about. Vladimir one shot. Good on Licorice too though, hiding here. Double didn't expect it. Gets the RE Proto Belt Q damage off. Second proc could be beautiful from Licorice. One Hex Drinker now fixes that problem. Licorice can never do that again. Yep, starting to build MR. He built it a little bit later than he should, but still. C9 doesn't have enough tools to kill Doublelift and also deal with the Akali and the Shen. Sneaky can't put on pressure. No 3 items, 26 minutes into the game. Not even Hex Drinker, he gets Banshees. Okay. I mean, that's more than fine. Just need that MR item. Ugh. Yep. Vladimir not able to kill Doublelift. That means fight's over. Impact using his SKT Shen skin. Flexing on C9. I'm a motherfucking world champion. Witness me, I'm a world champion. Oh, yeah, he's not using his skin, he's using the other world skin. You're right. Sven knows it's over. Core JJ with his skin. Wow. Oh, actually, yeah, if Impact used his skin, that would be 2 players using their world skin. Oh yeah, his skin is Jax, my bad. Yeah, my bad completely. I thought, yeah, his skin is Jax. I messed it up for a second, because Impact is also really known for his Shen. I don't think Impact will ever play Jax, at least with this iteration of TL. They're not very split push or 1-3-1 focused. If anything, they'll be 1-4. And even when they run 1-4, they have Jensen running the split. So I don't think their game plan will never be Impact being the split pusher. At least not with what they've shown. If they evolve beyond what they've shown and they turn into a 1-3-1 team, maybe. But yeah, even as a 1-4 team, it's going to be Jensen that split pushes. Doublelift is unkillable. Well deserved for TL. Forced trophy. Doublelift. Now 2 LCS trophies above Bjergsen. Damn. C9. If you were gonna do it, it was game 4. Oh. Congrats to TL. I will say, this game has so little side lanes, but still, let's appreciate it for what it is, and I'm sure TL will level up when they get to EU. Like, scrimming against other world-class teams, like, you are forced to level up. Agree with EU and Korean analysts or coaches that have said this NA final was so messy and there wasn't side laning, but let's wait for world performances. Teams aren't just going to stay at this level, they're going to get better, they're going to improve. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my VOD review. It was really fun reviewing finals, and I try to put a lot of energy into it. If you have critique that will actually help improve this, then make sure to leave it down on the YouTube comments. Later, guys.